All right. Whose is that?
Not mine.
That's my scrunchie. What about this one?
That's yours.
Stop throwing my scrunchies. Those are expensive at the mall kiosk.
Don't put them in my space.
All right. It's time for us on Good For You to talk about the hard-hitting news. That's what you come to this podcast for, right? Per usual, I will address the hottest breaking news the second it breaks. This is hardly broken, this news. I don't even think it's fully broken yet.
I'm broken.
We're gonna finish the breaking right now. It is time to talk about Whitney's testimony. And I know what you're thinking. I'm not always the fastest when it comes to talking about current events, but I like to think through things. I like to mull it over, listen to it, process it, have a thoughtful take. I think if you guys know anything about me at this point, it's that I like to think before I speak.
That's what I always say about you.
I like to wait and really think about what I'm going to say before I say it. I'm not just going to yell things out willy-nilly.
Like for the moment to pass right on by.
Here on Good For You, you may not get the fastest takes, but you will get the hottest and the most mindful. So here's my thought or two. I heard the recording of Whitney's testimony. I believe that Whitney's 25-minute testimony is more coherent than half of the media I consume on average. And what scares me is I don't think any of us have heard anyone talk that sanely with that much composure for 25 minutes straight in at least 5 years. So I don't think any of us really knew what we were even hearing because we have no reference point for sanity anymore. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think half of the people who heard this even knew what to make of it because she sounded saner than 99% of the conversations I've seen on Twitter today. Half the people I know could not talk for 25 minutes straight, recorded, uninterrupted, without eventually alluding to something like the vaccine has a chip in it, or that Donald Trump is still technically president, or some iteration of Tom Hanks like being a lizard. I don't even know if you guys understand how weird it was to hear someone talk that sanely for that long. What I have seen other celebrities not under a conservatorship do in the past year or so is way more insane than whatever she has done. What about the 40 celebrities right now who are currently doing IG Lives where they say that they're making space for difficult conversations where only they get to talk? And the whole time they're on their IG Live and they're just like, hey, oh my God, I'm Brazil, I love you. Wait, hold on, is that you? Lindsay, are you there? As if the person joining can hear you. Are you there? Are you there? It's been a year. Why don't you guys know how to use IG Live yet? What's going on? How is that more sane than what Whitney is doing? She's way more coherent than any celebrity I've seen speak in months, okay? The celebrities that aren't in a conservatorship, you know what they're doing? They're all making incoherent podcasts. Listen to 25 minutes of any celebrity podcast, and they will make what Whitney just did for 25 minutes sound like Beowulf. And if you don't know what Beowulf is, I don't respect your opinion anyway. I feel like what's happening is they've forgotten what they were mad about. You know when you're like in a fight and you're like, I can't even remember what I was mad about, but I've been mad for so long and I'm so invested in being mad that I can't change my mind now. But to be clear, like what she did from my recollection is she hit a car with an umbrella. Not anyone's best night, but I'd like us just to rethink that whole situation because I didn't have a podcast when this happened. When did this happen?
2007.
2007. I didn't have a podcast. I didn't have a platform. If I had at the time, I would have come to her defense and I would have said, the fact that Whitney even had an umbrella at all, if it never rains in LA. If you have an umbrella in Los Angeles, that means you are the most thoughtful, responsible person in this state. I'm going to go as far as to say I believe she should get custody of her kids back right now, today, solely based on the fact that she had an umbrella with her in California that one time.
3 years after she shaved her head, Lady Gaga wore a meat dress, and I love Lady Gaga.
Me too.
But journalists were coming after Britney as if they were saying she had a mental illness for wearing a crocheted top. And bad taste is not a mental illness, it's just a burden.
Not one that you carry.
I can carry other ones.
I feel
I have a lot of other ones.
As someone that has bad taste.
If I had an umbrella right now,
I was going to say,
you'd be in
and
trouble.
as someone with bad taste, do not speak for me. Do not silence me.
As someone who has my own bad taste.
They also, like, the fact that they got mad at her for hitting a car window with an umbrella, like it was like a spur of the moment, like fit of emotion. I fully carry a glass cutter and a full hammer in my car at all times for driving around parking lots just hoping someone left their dog in a hot car. Like, hers was spontaneous. Mine is like planned. I have weapons in my car hoping to shatter someone's window the way Brittany, frankly, didn't. Okay? Why do I get to be here? I drive around the Target lot just looking, just waiting. Ooh, almost
So
got
you're
him.
a vigilante.
Truly. An umbrella, it's child's play. I think people decided she was super crazy when she shaved her head. And I would like to address this because I did not have a podcast or show at the time, because when this all happened, women weren't allowed on TV. So I'm now going to tell you what I believe. I believe that the shaving the head thing was not that crazy. I believe that the sanest thing any woman can do is shave her head. We have, you know what it is? We have backwards in our culture what's sane and what's crazy. For her to shave her head at that point was way saner than what she was doing before. So you're saying like, oh, you shaved your head, you must be crazy. You know what's crazy? Another woman shaving her head and Brittany paying her money for the hair, and then someone sewing it into a little clip and then putting it into her hair under the hair she does have and trying to make it blend in as if it's her own hair, and then they curl someone else's hair up on her head like she's a little doll, and they just go, peekaboo, I have new hair now, even though I had this short hair yesterday. Now I have 3 feet of hair, and we're all just gonna pretend it's mine. That's the premise of every horror movie that I like. How is shaving your head saner? Shaving your head as a woman is a solution. Let's be honest, if I had shaved my head 6 months ago, y'all would think I went sane. The sanest thing I could do right now is shave my head. I also don't you think that people didn't like the head shaving thing with her also because she did it herself.
Oh yeah, they needed her to pay for it.
Don't you think? That's my theory. My theory is she went in, she shaved her. She's like, why would I pay you to do it? I know how to do this. Like, she's just like a functioning person. She's like, I'm not going to overpay this random person to shave my head. I'll just do it myself. They're closing. I'm going to be polite. I'm not going to walk into this hair cuttery and be like, I'm Britney Spears, shave my head. She's like, no, I got it. She was polite to the staff. I'm happy to do it myself. I'm having a rough time. I just need to shave my head. BRB. And she handled it. If some professional hair person that has like 100,000 followers on Instagram did her hair and like shaved it perfectly, everyone would be like, slay.
And they'd be like, punk rock.
Yes.
They totally would. So what if she shaved her head? I mean, if she did that today, we'd just be like, well, she's transitioning into a happy relationship where she cancels people on Twitter. This is her new lifestyle. She's going to get a septum piercing and be angry for no reason. You know what it is? She would get a comeback.
She would have such a comeback. She would get on the new Gossip Girl.
Yeah, she'd be the lead of Gossip Girl.
If you shave your head
She'd
now,
host every Pride Award. They'd be like, she's bi.
if you shave your head now, you literally get to be on every float.
Yeah.
You get every L'Oreal campaign.
You champion global warming.
You get to have your own like HBO Max series. You get to have a sketch show.
You get to be mad at other people's water bottles.
Here's what it is. Now that we're looking back, bird's eye view, and as someone who was not super close to this situation this entire time, I can tell you that what she did was she committed the 2 cardinal sins that men will never forgive. And that's what she didn't commit the worst sins. She committed the worst sins in the eyes of a man. She scratched a car and she cut her hair. Those are two things that men do not let slide. Here's the other thing, is that now the next step is they're probably gonna have some, by the way, please notice the fact that I am only using one hand to gesticulate.
So what she's gonna do next? What she's gonna do next?
It's because I severed my finger over the weekend and I have a bandage on it that looks like a cartoon, like Civil War, like tourniquet.
I thought you were the host of Pimp My Ride.
But no, and so as I'm making a case that someone's not crazy, I can't like have this fucking bandage on my thumb.
Let me tell you why she's not crazy.
So I'm trying to be like, hide it, which is even crazier. This is my biggest concern. My biggest concern is now she's gonna have like a new evaluator come in, a new psychiatrist come in and sit down and talk to her and evaluate whether she's mentally fit. That testimony makes me think she's 100% mentally fit. I don't know what more information you need, but I just want you guys to know that if you talk to her, it is going to be a weird conversation. Like, she's going to be weird. That doesn't mean she's mentally ill. If she is, that's none of my business. But I'm just saying, like, she hasn't spoken to anyone. She's socially awkward. She's rusty. The last conversation she had was with Bjork Swan backstage at Wango Tango in 2008. I mean, there's a difference between being crazy and just having the conversations all pop stars have had. That was probably the last person that really listened to her. It's also like, she has no one to talk to. She has no one to practice her conversation skills. Like, who's she going to talk to? She hasn't had, like, friends since the Disney show. I feel like she's, like, doesn't know what to do because...
What Disney show was she on?
Wasn't she a Disney rocker?
The Mickey Mouse Club?
Yes!
She didn't forget that she was 12.
She was on the Disney show. She was a Disney lady. Yeah, she was a Mouseketeer. She was a cheerleader for the Disney sports. I know. Ryan Gosling, where are you, Ryan Gosling? I have already dealt with the fact that you're never going to date me, so I'm going to come for you right now. Why aren't you helping her? I saw what you did in the movie Drive. I know you can get away with someone in a car. Your whole life has been preparing for this moment. Don't you agree that Ryan should handle this?
I saw La La Land. Why not?
But here's the other thing.
If anyone can tap dance over cars, get her away.
Why can't you just dazzle Jamie with your talent?
Yeah, why can't you say, look over here?
And Jamie will go, now that's a star. And totally just forget about you. Send you out to pasture. The arguments against it are, there's something we don't know. Obviously, there was something terrible that happened that we didn't see, that we didn't witness. She's a danger to herself, to the kids, or whatever. We haven't heard a lot, but they do like to throw up that picture of her driving with her baby on her lap or her kid on her lap. I'm not defending that. I'm just saying every parent I know did that when I was a kid. This doesn't get me in trouble, but we used to sit in the back of pickup trucks where we put like trash bags down and like fancy placemats and what are the things that cover tables? Tablecloths that were shiny on top. And we would put a hose in it and make it a pool. And then drive on the interstate. So
I do think they're being a little hard on her because she's a little country. I mean, that is, in my hometown, babies are having babies and we're putting them on bush hogs. And the babies are bush hogging the fields.
I didn't see a bush hog in that photo.
No. Our babies could drive little John Deeres. Our babies are mowing lawns.
John Does?
Yes, our babies.
They make little does.
Our babies in the South, they have jobs, they chain smoke. Those babies are fine.
I'm just saying we've all done crazy shit.
Yeah, I mean, they also love to throw that picture of her eating Cheetos barefoot in that public bathroom at a rest stop. You know, they're like, she's crazy. Listen, if eating Cheetos barefoot in a bathroom makes you crazy, lock me up, sister. Because I'm unstable. I will put chicken nuggets in my pants to sneak them in a movie theater. We're fucked.
It feels too severe. That's all I'm saying. Even if she did do something gnarly, this does feel like too much. I feel like no matter what danger she put her child in, she put herself in, nobody deserves to live in Calabasas for 13 years. Now, I don't know a lot about this case, but what I do know is that she is the best mom in Calabasas.
If you want to lock someone up in Calabasas, I am available. Again, if all conservatorships end up in Calabasas, I do have time, and I can be a lot weirder.
Let me tell you something, because I was going to petition to Jamie, like, hey, Jamie, if you...
Do you know him personally?
Yes. Look at yourself in the mirror, Jamie. Jamie Lynn, what is it? Jamie
Lynn Spears, the sister?
But what's Jamie's name? What's Jamie's full name? Jamie, what's his middle name? I'd like to address him formally. As if I was in
devil.
court. Yeah.
Jamie Diablo Spears.
What kind of adult man is named Jamie, first of all? Love you, Jamie from Rogan.
Jamie Foxx.
I want to make a deal with Jamie, which is this. If you look in the mirror and you just look at yourself and you go, you know what the fuck are you doing, man? This is your daughter. I made a mistake. Turns out my kink is just keeping sad girls locked up in my basement. We can help you with that. Let Brittany go. And if you just need sad people in your basement that you give a $5,000 a week spending on clothes allowance and you just need us to work out and dance, like,
Go to any mall in America.
I volunteer as tribute. Let her free. Take me.
Volunteers tribute.
I'm just saying, Michael Jackson hung his baby out of a hotel room window. Ozzy Osbourne used to famously bite heads off of live birds in business meetings, and people just thought it was cool and funny. Guys do crazy shit, and they just get to keep working.
Yeah, war.
If I wear a shirt with a bird on it, it's like, bird lady, you're crazy, bird lady.
And both those things are true.
That is the one print I don't have, is birds on your
Cool.
shirt.
You're crazy. I don't know what's the problem here.
So now the point of this whole video, I would like to speak directly to the people that are in the home of Britney Spears who are paid to help keep her in there and keep this nightmare haunted house running. Yes, I assume they're all big fans of our podcast for some reason, but this is going to get to one of you. I know one of you is watching this. I know even if it's like the legal surveillance department down in the basement that they hire to just like scan the internet for dangerous people, I want to be on that list. I want to be printed out in the garage, like, do not let her in. I just want you guys to hear this. There is a dynamic sometimes that happens when you have done a bad thing and you've done a tisk-tisk, where you feel like you've done it for so long that you can't turn back now. Maybe it's Stockholm Syndrome. Maybe it's just you want to double down on your bad decision so you don't feel guilt from before. You might think too much time has passed for you to possibly ever rectify this wrong. I'm here to tell you the perfect amount of time has passed. And today's the day. Today's the day for you to be a snitch. We're here to tell you that now is the time to snitch for a good cause. And I know you're thinking you're scared of the non-disclosure agreement, the NDA. A lot of people have come to talk to the press, but they say they can't share anything because of an NDA. Let me demystify the elusive enigma that is the Hollywood NDA.
What? I have a pen. I want to take notes.
I thought you didn't sign one. Mine is very loose. Most NDAs are basically saying, hey, please don't tell anyone where I live or what my phone number is. And when you leave the job, can you not tell anyone where my mom's nursing home is? This is an NDA that probably threatens them that if they speak anything about the details that they have seen, that they will be sued for all the money they have, put a lien on their house. That's not legally possible. It's fake. It's not real. Most NDAs, there's usually like a $5,000 violation fee if they even decide to charge you with it, right? So if someone comes on this podcast from the Britney,
Empire
pool house, I don't know. I feel like we're gonna get the pool guy for some reason. I just feel it.
Cool.
I don't feel like we're getting the house manager on. I'm just saying they're gonna be worried like I'm violating this thing. First of all, if you come on my show, they sue me because I own your footage, so they can't even sue you personally. Bam. You're welcome. Wait, why am I encouraging myself to get sued? This is bad. This is going in the wrong direction. But it's very rare that if you violate an NDA, people are going to come after you because they would have to sue you. There would be a jury. There'd be a judge. It would take a year to get a court date. Let's be honest. With the Britney Spears thing, I have a feeling the jury would be on your side. Okay? So NDAs are not as scary as they seem. There might be a little financial fee you're worried about. You might not get your next job. I'm just telling you guys that if you do decide to snitch, I want to let you know that Good For You is going to cover those legal fees. Finally got a job working for your idol?
But now you do is put duct tape over her mouth.
We're here to help. If you've worked with Britney during her conservatorship but aren't sure what to do because you signed a stupid NDA,
Dumb old NDAs.
email us now.
Please do not call us.
You can tell us any information anonymously, and if Jamie tries to sue you, he's gonna have to answer to me.
And nobody wants to do that.
We will cover all your legal fees. No questions asked. How many questions are asked, Benton?
A few, but just a little bit.
No questions asked.
Just enough so the lawyer understand what's going on.
All of the companies say. You can't. They're not going to leave if they're like, oh, I'm going to deal with a bunch of questions from Benton.
Just so you know.
Here at Good For You, we will give you the cash you need to be the snitch Brittany deserves.
Finally got a job working for your idol, but now all you do is put duct tape over her mouth. We're here to help. We're here to help you. If you've been working for Brittany, there's no rhyme to this jingle.
Who is the Nick from The Handmaid's Tale of this situation? It's Britney Spears. Isn't everyone just falling in love with her and being like, babe, I gotta get you out of here? That's every guy's dream, is to be able to like get a princess out of the castle.
This is more like a swim fan situation.
I guess what I'm saying is that if you want to be the Nick of this situation, I'm going to take care of that NDA violation. Then you're going to come over to my place. You're going to slip me one of Britney Spears' handwritten notes. You know what I'm going to do with that? I'm then going to take it over to Miley Cyrus. I will be wearing a cape. And then she is going to come in on a wrecking ball. Don't you feel like celebrities have the power to fix this? Not me. But don't you think, I just think if celebrities stormed that house, it would be over. If they had their cameras out.
They're very busy.
If they had, everyone's on stage going like, support Britney, just go to her house. You know, you have the time. I've seen your Instagram. You have it. Go over there with you, the phone. This is what I do with zoos and shit. Go with the camera. What are they gonna do, shoot you? What are they gonna do, shoot Adele? If Adele's like, I'd like to, if Madonna, you know what, this is a job for Madonna. If Madonna went to Britney Spears' home, and let's say Jamie wasn't there because he's dealing with a legal nightmare, also known as Whitney Cummings. If Madonna showed up at the house, anyone that worked there, if Madonna was like, hey, like, I'm here to take Britney, like, on a walk, like, her dad said it was okay, we're just gonna kind of like talk, like, sort of about the business and how hard it is, and it's just sort of like, you don't think someone would let her leave with Madonna? Tell me.
I don't.
I do.
And I know why you do, because that's how you enter spaces. Like, I'm taking all of you with me, and everyone now is with me, and this building is now my building. That's how you enter spaces. But Madonna,
you don't think Madonna walks into spaces like that?
No, I think people they're like, she's already in the space.
So she'll walk in that space.
But she won't. But you don't know how jobs work.
She might have to go outside at some point.
Because these people are being paid to not let her leave.
I understand, but if Madonna showed up, I can see someone that works there doing a great job, no blame at you, having Jamie come home going, where's Whitney? Oh, Madonna took her on the drive to talk about the business that you authorized. And he go, I never authorized that. You're never supposed to let her leave. But it was Madonna.
But you think...
There should be a separate clause if Madonna shows up.
Jamie's thought through this, and he hired no gays. So now, there you go. That's why.
And no one
so
over
now they're like,
20?
they're like, who is this woman? Who is this lady? They're like, we got to keep this lady in here. This lady can't come in here. Who are all these ladies we're keeping?
I thought it was a good idea. If Madonna came in, they'd be like, look, we knew she couldn't leave with Steven Dorff, but you didn't specify that she couldn't leave with Madonna.
He said, I'm here for Britney.
Yes, it feels like a different situation. I don't know. I think the boyfriend is of no help. I think you seem very lovely, sir. And Emily's available if you need a rebound. I'm just saying, I don't feel like the boyfriend has skin in the game of getting her out of there. Because do you really think Britney Spears would date him if she was allowed to DM Channing Tatum whenever she wanted to? If she gets out, is she staying with him?
Well, a big selling point of her conversation with the judge is that she wants to ride in his fucking car, so...
I mean, so she can go straight to the T-Mobile store and get Channing Tatum's.
I think she has. I don't think Britney Spears has T-Mobile in this situation.
I don't know. T-Mobile store is the funniest reference, and you know that.
That's all they give her money for.
I'm just saying, like, if I'm him, I'm psyched. Like, you don't have to take her out to dinner. You have every excuse in the book to be like, look, I would have called, but
I was on the second floor, and I can't come to the third floor. They won't let me. The armed guards.
I just feel like he's psyched. He doesn't have to do like chivalrous shit. He doesn't have to spend money on her. And she only wears peasant tops from the 90s. It's like every guy's dream of a girl. All she does is work out and wear peasant tops from the 90s. It's like his dream. Because she is that. Every guy is into the... You know what? Sorry. Random theory I've never been able to flesh out. We can stop right there. Yeah. Is that... You've noticed like guys are often intimidated by women that make their own money.
No, I've never noticed that.
But they're infatuated
this is a
by
hot
women
take.
that have inherited money. Like, the women are only allowed to have money if they didn't, like, work for it.
Well, you know why?
No.
It's because it's easier for me to spend your money if you also don't have to work for it. Now it's like, well, you didn't work for it either, bitch. I can buy all the golf courses. You got this on your daddy. And now I'm your daddy. And that's the thought process there. You work for the money, they're like, oh my God, she's not going to know that I've taken this money because she's in the office working. She can balance the checkbook. She has an office. When you have an office, they're scared of you. When you have an estate, they're like, she won't find me.
Yeah, this is and she hates her dad anyway.
I'm in the garden.
I just was trying to think of that because maybe he doesn't think she's earned all her money because her dad's like, I did all that. Like, this isn't yours. I don't know. I'm going on tangents, but...
He seems like a very nice Instagram model.
Anyway, I say we all work hard to get Britney Spears out so that y'all can get back to loving her and being a huge fan and making her your spirit animal so that in a couple years you can then try and cancel her for a tweet she sent when she was a teenager. When she gets out, you know that's going to happen. 5 years later, we're going to be like, did you see that tweet she sent when she was 14?
You know that for a whole year, she couldn't leave her house?
Hasn't it been 13 years?
No, all of last year, she said she couldn't leave.
Why not?
We were in a pandemic.
Got it. None of us could leave last year. Okay, so it's 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's 12 years. Okay, small footnote. See, this is what 2 weeks of mulling something over and doing hardcore journalism on, things like that, you get to the facts. It wasn't 13, it was 12 because of the pandemic.
Yeah. So what did she complain about? 12 years?
So that's what I'm going to say to her when she's ever like, I was there for 13 years. It was 12. We were 12. We were all imprisoned for that year.
I want to say 12 years of slaves so bad.
No, you can say it.
I didn't.
This interview that is coming up, I'm late for my therapy call. Woo. What a shocker. You know what? When I tell her why, she's going to be like, oh, well, that's fine. You just talked for 2 hours about how Britney Spears isn't crazy. That's why you're late to this therapy call.
First of all, we should wrap this up by saying that she's not crazy. We do support her.
Crazy is a word that's just not useful.
And you should take that IUD out. How dare you make her wear an IUD? An explosive inside of her? That's crazy.
I really want to know if it's the metal one or it's probably a tracking device. That's the only thing I want to say to that is like they make me wear an IUD. I want to be like, that's not what that is. That's what they told you it was.
An IUD tom-tom?
Is it around your neck? That's not where IUDs go.
Is it blinking?
Yeah, like, is it around your ankle vibrating? Like, that's not an IUD, just FYI.
That's a walkie-talkie.
That's an explosive duct tape to your body.
But here, good for you. We want to free Britney. Free Britney. Mm-hmm. Period.
So that's our take
how we're gonna
on
end.
it.
Until she's free, we're ending every episode. But instead of don't ride elephants, we're ending free Britney.
Don't ride Britney.
Her dad. Don't.
But no, I think for me, it's more like every couple episodes, once a month now, we'll take on one big topic and just really milk it.
Said, no, I think for me, what it is maybe in a couple more episodes, we'll take on another topic.
Yeah, no, it's
for me, we're not doing that.
And then send us ideas for 100th episode of the podcast.
Send us ideas for other people to free.
I know everyone's gonna, oh really? But this person who's wrongfully imprisoned for 50 years, you're not gonna do something?
And what's their name?
They'll still tell us. I'm sure there's something wrong with everything we just said.
I have some announcements Whitney wants me to tell you. So let's get right into them. Reno, Nevada. She's going to be there July 23rd at the Grand Sierra Resort with Taylor Tomlinson. I think I'm also going to be there. One night only. Also, Viva Las Vegas. August 7th, she'll be at the Mirage. I think I'll be there too. The Touch Me Tour is on sale now. Right now. Additional shows in Clearwater, Florida. Capitol Theater, September 11th. Boston, Massachusetts. The Wilbur, October 2nd. There's Ridgefield, Connecticut at the Ridgefield Playhouse, October 9th. Atlanta, Georgia, Center Stage Theater, November 5th. Royal Oaks, Michigan at Royal Oak Music Hall, November 18th. Minneapolis, Minnesota, the Pantages, November 20th. Fun. Chicago, Illinois, the Vic Theater, December 11th. Also, Whitney's in a big film. How It Ends is being released on streaming and in some theaters July 20th. That's next Tuesday. Check it out.
This episode is the perfect segue from women that called crazy more than they should to the podcast episode with NIKKI GLASER. This is our first 3-time guest, I believe.
Tim Dillon.
This is our first female 3-time guest.
No, Tim Dillon.
This is our second 3-time guest. Math is not my strong suit, but we love NIKKI GLASER so much. She is back. We get into it. This is what I like to call a tricky, sticky, and hilarious interview.
Also in a conservatorship.
We go, both of us probably should be. Could we get a deal? Jamie, can you represent us? So Nikki and I, we talk about some pretty wild stuff. It's a very
deep, dark, and goofy.
Deep, dark, and goofy conversation, as our chemistry always lends itself to. I love you guys. Don't ride elephants. Enjoy NIKKI GLASER. The universe is telling me you don't need the computer.
Maybe that's it.
Just connect. This is not. Why would we want to go anywhere except
it would be fun to look up some stuff.
No, we're going to. Okay. I have to.
Because I was like, oh my gosh, we've never done that.
I'm obsessed with Celebrity Net Worth, the website.
I feel like they're always wrong, right?
No, I'm upset. Well, maybe, but someone like Daisy Fuentes, how much? How much?
Playing that game.
How much?
I'm going to say, God, Daisy Fuentes, I would say 16 mil.
Based on?
Like, hearing her name a lot in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, yeah, because everyone in the 90s is financially super sound.
No, I think she invested in some kind of and I trust Daisy with her money. I think she's played it smart. Like, I think that's why she chose to step away, because she was like, I made enough money and I wanted to get out. That's why we haven't heard her name in a while. Honestly, where the hell is Daisy Fuentes?
Oh, I know all about where Daisy Fuentes.
How much is she worth? Am I even close?
I'm waiting for my computer to boot up.
What do you think?
I've Googled this many times.
Oh, damn it. What did you think?
I was like, oh, she was an MTV VJ. I know what MTV pays. Not a lot, but back then, maybe it was a bigger deal and da-da-da. And then like a lot of people that were on TV in the 90s, if they didn't get a vitamin, get in on a vitamin.
That's what I'm saying. She got in on some kind of ab machine or a box set of dancing things. I'm
so obsessed. Like Eric Nice.
Yes. Like there's some kind of 90s aerobic craze that she got in on.
Yep. I'm obsessed with like the side hustles, because we pretend right now that like actresses didn't always have side hustles. Like Gwyneth Paltrow having Goop, like Reese Witherspoon having Draper James, Jessica Alba having Honest. We're like, why all of a sudden are like actresses have to be like own companies? This always Suzanne Summers is one of the richest people on the planet. She was on a sitcom for she wasn't even the original yes, she was. She was the original Chrissy on Three's Company.
Okay.
She started this huge empire of like staying young and the Thigh Master, and she's got billions of dollars. Daisy Fuentes did get in on an exercise thing with her own line of exercise clothes at Kmart.
Yes, that's okay.
And Kohl's.
Yes, that totally.
People think Kathy Ireland, she was this famous model.
That's it.
No,
there's
bitch.
a lot of money in Kmart and Kohl's.
And by the way, Kathy Ireland has all her money from her line of furniture most people might not even know about at Kmart.
Wow.
And
I didn't know that.
She didn't build them. Yeah. They said, can we give you a bunch of money to put your name on this? And you like sit on a couch. So, and you never even really hear about it.
It's crazy. Adam Levine had a line of clothing for women at Kmart. And it's just, to me, that is such a lie. I just remember thinking, like, this is such bullshit. I hate when the celebrity actually doesn't use the thing. Like, I believe Jennifer Aniston uses Smart Water. That's why I, like, drink Smart Water. I'm like, I bet she actually uses that. So, no, Adam Levine, but why women's clothing? Because I'm like, because these girls are supposed to buy this clothing because, like, Adam Levine might, like me if I wear Kmart. He would spit on you, maybe. Like Adam Levine would never talk to someone who shops at Kmart. It is the most dishonest thing I've ever heard. It's just wild to me. I want to trust people.
You have a vein coming out in your forehead.
I get angry about it.
I've never seen you this upset.
What? I really am mad about it.
The way you did that was very Jen Aniston.
And I was trying to do it.
That was...
Wow. I mean, I could really do it the whole time. I see myself sometimes and I go, you're just imitating her face sometimes to look prettier. I used to do it all the time.
It's very charming though, because she is so good at being flustered or frustrated and so fucking charming about it. That's why she gets to be her.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that more?
Yeah, I've been watching the morning show and studying her like faces as she's aging in a way that I'm like, oh, she's now matching my age, but she's like 20 years ahead. But it's like she's starting to look like me suddenly. Like it's like, oh, okay. And so now my forehead can do the same things, and I see the wrinkles. I keep them now, and I'm fine with it. But I like in terms of endorsements, I'm not going to endorse something And if I do, I'm not going to like say I use it. I don't lie. I'm not going to lie for any amount of money, I don't think. Or I will literally, if an alcohol company offers me enough money, I might start drinking again just to keep it honest and get the money. But like, I won't be like, I love this product and then not use it.
I love White Claw so much, I relapsed for it.
Yes.
That's how good of a product it is.
Yes.
I started getting DUIs again, and it was worth it.
I just want people to be more honest, and I get so sad, especially like celebrities that I trust.
I do this. I'm like, I use grapeseed oil from Whole Foods as my main oil before bed. But I also am on fucking peptides. I also get to go get like the fucking thing where they fry your face.
You're honest.
I do Ulthera, so
You're honest.
I know, but it's like if you just saw me doing a campaign with like oil of Olay or whatever,
you should have one. I mean, why have you? There's had to have been makeup companies
I'm not a liar.
No, there have to be makeup companies and beauty companies that
the problem
want your
with makeup
face.
stuff is a lot of it's tested on animals, and I can't.
See, there you go. Well, there's your honesty. You would not do. Let me ask you: if you didn't have money and there was a big opportunity to promote something
it's a tricky situation, because then you could
do more good with your money,
because that's it. So it's also okay, there have been a couple campaigns that I came close to doing that are cruelty free, but then you find out, oh no, because in China you cannot be cruelty free. Even if you're cruelty free here,
they still make you poke a rabbit in the eye. Even if it's like, we could just make this out of a piece of aloe. They're like, no, you have to stab a rabbit.
Because I've said,
because this is the way we do it in China.
I literally said I was going to I really wanted to do a documentary where I said to all the companies that are testing on animals, do it on me instead. Like, I'll do it. Like, you can do it on me. Put it in my eyes. Like, because there's no real need to do it.
Then we have to launch it's Whitney cruelty-free line. I'm going to be worried that
only emotionally cruel.
They just lock you in a cage, like in those little red beady eyes of like, you in a cage, like you've seen the testing thing.
Honestly,
PETA, anytime it comes up, I'm like, get out of here, PETA. I know too much.
Being in a cage, shivering, shaking, scared is my kink. So I'm getting way more out of it.
Yeah,
just poking me with sharp things in a cage.
Oh my God,
my dream. That's actually my.
That's where mine's headed.
I don't give a
really
fuck
soon.
About animals. I just want to get in a cage and someone to film me getting poked.
Yeah, I wasn't sacrificing myself for the good of animals. Oh, I'm sorry. It was just a specific kink I'm into.
It's just my sexual fantasy that I've been working towards. But yeah, so a lot of these places that are cruelty free here, in order for them to be sold in China, which is where all the money gets made, has to be. So then you're like, oh fuck. But yes, if a brand that is not cruelty free is going to give a bunch of money and I pass on it, someone else is going to say yes. And they're probably not. I could say yes and then donate all of it to Beagle Freedom Project, which fights cruelty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, yes, I do know what you're saying, and I think you should.
Because a lot of people, there's a lot of things where it's like, I'm just learning about investing my money and stuff, and companies, and then I'll go well, this company is allied with this company and they donate to this and they're bad and I shouldn't invest in them. It's like, no, I should fucking, because some asshole's gonna invest and do something evil with the money.
Yep.
I'm gonna fucking take the money and do something good with it.
Well, that's what I feel about jokes that might trigger people to have panic attacks about certain subjects that you might, in an audience of people, they might get triggered because you use the rape word, or you talk about a subject that might send them into a fucking spiral. I get really nervous about that sometimes because I've seen it happen, and I've seen a comic. I saw a girl have a panic attack and leave when I was in the hallway waiting to go on, and and he got very defensive of I'm going to say what I want, and I'm like, but that girl's night is ruined, and we have to acknowledge that.
By the way, did a joke
about rape. I don't even know that it was I don't remember the joke, but this person's a good enough comedian that he handles those subjects in a way that, it doesn't. For me, it didn't matter what the joke was as much as that could happen even if you're as delicate as you can with a joke. And it's that's not a joke making fun of rape victims. That's a joke about the subject. You could even just mention the subject of rape, which is not a joke that could actually get you in trouble in terms of you were punching down at rape victims. The word rape could trigger someone, just mentioning it.
Cut to
I could say
that comic raped her. That was the situation. She was watching her abuser joke about.
And I'm like, what are you so upset about? You bought a ticket.
She had a panic attack, because
everyone else was excited when he dropped in the show.
He was a pop-in, yeah. So I see this situation slightly different.
No, I agree with you. I know. I was so upset for her, and I was like, fuck. And it made me think about all the times I may have said a word that makes someone feel that way. But I argue that the things I talk, when I bring up that word, I don't do it lightly. It's because I'm not trying to make a rape joke so that I can make that girl feel weird and everyone groans and I'm edgy. It's because I have things to say about rape culture, because I want to talk about rape and sexual abuse of any kind. I'm doing this whole thing about molestation right now, and I it's very uncomfortable because I'm still navigating it, but has so much information that people don't have about child sex abuse, and because I've done the research, because for some reason I'm kind of like fascinated by it, because it's something that is in the shadows, obviously, but it's in the shadows because that's the way molesters want it to be. They want to live in a society where you can't talk about molestation on stage, because if you do, a victim goes, oh, you shouldn't say the rape word, you shouldn't say talk about your molestation. Okay, there's more shame around it, equals when I molest someone, they won't tell as many people because you can't say it on stage, you can't make jokes about it. So I think talking about these things, I'm putting information out there with my jokes.
Joking about something
important.
is not condoning it, and it is not
No.
perpetuating it. No child molester that never molested a kid saw you do a joke and go, oh my God, now I'm going to pull the trigger now that she did that joke. Like, to say that a comedian's joke about rape, about molestation, or that a woman on the cover of Vogue magazine is why young girls are anorexic, that is minimizing the disease and the act, because you're saying a fucking comedian that everyone knows as a comedian is a silly goose and says silly things has the power to make someone molest a kid or rape someone. You're taking the accountability off the person. But you're also minimizing the person's.
That it's up to me to make molesters, not the person that did it.
Monsters were monsters before they came in here, and they will behave whether you say it or not. But one more thing about what you're saying is exactly right. Just to like back you up on this in terms of the molestation thing and pedophiles. So alcohol. So the engine of all addictive, abusive behaviors is going to be shame or some kind of trauma. So
or lying, not being honest.
Exactly, or being a psychopath, sociopath, that. But you lie because you feel shame about the truth. Yep. So it's all like a shame engine, right? We're only as sick as the secrets we keep. So when most people that molest were molested, that's a fucked up thing to process, and that doesn't excuse their behavior, but like understanding that this is a cycle.
I always think about that. I don't think anyone. This is. I want to address one thing. I didn't even consider that my joke might be like making it so that molesters feel more comfortable molesting. I might make more molesters. My fear with that joke and why I would worry about getting canceled is that I'm making victims who have already been victimized by those things re-triggered, which I will do.
And I'm going to tell you something right now.
It's a minefield, and you know what? I really will individually apologize to those people whose night was ruined because they went to go see a NIKKI GLASER show and they didn't expect to hear about the word molestation.
Their life was already ruined by someone that molested them.
I get it, but I will apologize to them for putting them in a situation. If some girl's crying and dry heaving in the bathroom, I will absolutely go talk to her and say, and listen to her and like understand it from her perspective. But I still, and maybe I'll shift my reasoning of like, this is doing more harm than good. I haven't found a way to synthesize this data I have and make it funny and palatable.
Or the people that have that reaction, which is, we'll get to in a second, because I have people that come up to me and they go, you made me laugh about for the first time ever.
Yeah.
I laughed about my rape. I laughed about my assault. I was able to like see that like you can go through something like that and eventually one day laugh about it. Like, thank you for showing me that's possible. Thank you for showing me that just because.
And showing me that I'm not alone, that it happened to someone else too.
Just because by the way, everyone in the audience is going to have some kind of, someone's died of cancer, someone's been hit by a car, someone's an alcoholic. Most people, and if your audience is a lot of women,
green room.
Most people.
Yeah. I was very vigilant when I was a kid against kidnappers, creepy men, and I think it's because I think I wouldn't, if I was a betting woman, I would bet on I got something's weird happened to me when someone wasn't watching when I was a baby and couldn't remember it, because I had a fear of men, and I still do, being alone with men, that I always blame it on my mom's sex talk to me, which was like, if you're ever alone with a guy, he'll rape you. Like, that was literally her, like, don't be alone with men, they'll rape you. I don't remember that scaring me as much as just feeling fear of men before that. And I don't know if something.
I don't mean to interject. Can we also involve ancestral trauma? Because y'all know I love
Yes,
ancestral.
sure.
Because the fact that your mom said that to you, I'm not
equals something. I go, what happened to her?
What happened to her, or what was inherited? Because like these fears are also inherited, and I'm sorry. Also, women were getting forced to marry older guys at like 13. I mean,
on TLC, I see it. Like, it's happen. I watch it. It's like still happening so often, but it was the only way that your life was before. We are so fucking lucky to be in a world where we can even you know.
And by the way, this is also just America. A lot of this is already still happening.
We are lucky right now. Of course, yeah, it's happening all the time.
I am going to, because we have such an amazing relationship that I'm obsessed with, I'm going to be able to say to you, can you just not bang the table because I don't want it to...
You tell me that every time, and you can always tell me that every time.
Okay, and I just don't want people to not hear what you're fucking saying, because a lot of people on the show, if you like eat an almond, they freak out. So I just want to make sure it's...
Okay, thank you. And you'll have to tell me again because I will forget. Okay, because I'm so present with you that I'm like not worried about anything else except like connection with you. And so I'll forget. Like I'll be like, oh God, you're.
I'm obsessed with us.
I am too. Well, I'm a little bit like, as I'm saying this, like, can you say that you thought you were molested? I read something.
What do you mean? Can you say I think I was molested?
Because I don't remember anything.
Brave, and like anyone listening is like,
but maybe I'm just assuming something happened because I was a baby. Because I literally have been in sessions with my therapist that I've had for a while, and I remember, this is not a joke. One time she goes, "Hold on, just 1 second." She goes, "So remind me when you were molested because I know I haven't." And I go, I wasn't. She was like, are you sure? Because this is just, and I'm like, all the things, all of the checklists are there of like my fear. And then I start looking into molestation and I realize,
clothes?
Yeah, but I don't mind sleeping naked.
Yeah.
The thing is, I realized that when I listen to this podcast that I really recommend, if you're fascinated in the topic of like,
good for you.
If you're fascinated, don't listen to anything else. But if somehow this
I'll play it on this podcast so that I get to listen. So yeah, we'll play it here. Don't worry.
Okay, so it's a podcast called Hunting Warhead that I got turned on to from it's one of those like serial type things, investigative, and it's about child sex abuse images, aka child porn. But that's a bad way to say it because it makes it sexualized. So it's child sex abuse images.
Oh, great.
It is
That's
so
fascinating.
much.
This is the one place where I say like it's interesting, like where words actually matter because like there's.
They do. I hate when people say comedian. It's actually sex abuse, child sex abuse victim. I flubbed that line. That was.
Can I tell you something? It's such a good joke, and whenever I fucking flub a good joke, it
sucked. I was like, it was in my head, and I was trying to stay present while also like getting back to it.
You were so excited about it too.
I know. Did you see it? Whitney, I can't wait to tell you my story.
I knew what you were doing.
My little joke I came up with, Whitney. Do I get an A?
I felt like a little conductor. Being
oh my God.
And then, like, don't flub it. You know what it's like when you send like a great burn on text and there's a fucking typo.
Misspelling on it, and then you have to do a star and write like streets.
I had a fucking banger joke to Rogan the other day. I like sent it and I was like, boom. No. And then it had autocorrect and he was like, what are you doing? Are you stoned? And I was like,
you wrote duck. And then you correct it and you write duck again. And you're like, no, I mean duck. And you're like, duck. It's like, you sound
Why don't
insane.
we just change fuck to duck?
To duck.
Why don't we
I don't duck it now.
Why don't we just say that? Duck you. Why don't we just embrace
Doesn't feel as good as fuck.
I know, but the phone just is going to decide how we talk now.
It really is.
We should just acquiesce.
So I'm sorry,
to get back.
I discovered this podcast, and it really took me into this world of child sex abuse images and the dark web and how these are made and what's happening and how and then there's this podcast, other podcast that I recommend. It was Sam Harris's podcast, Making Sense, and it's called The Other Pandemic, and that's the title of it. It came back out last year, and I avoided it because I was like, I don't want to know about another strain of fucking COVID, but it was about child abuse, and it gave me all the details that I need to. 5% of the general population watches child sex abuse images, aka child pornography.
Say it again.
5%, and let me explain that 5%. That's not 5% of people aren't molesters. That's not the right percentage for that. We know that there's science behind that, even though people don't really come out and we can't document it. But it's not 5% of people are molesters. 5% of people are, though, in the general population. And when you look in a room of people, 5% of those people are watching on a regular basis child pornography, child sex abuse images.
On the dark web.
On the dark web. Here is the thing. Those aren't child molesters, all of them. What's happening now with porn is becoming so extreme. There's so much extremism online of like decapitations. Okay, now I'm going to watch a girl in a cage. Now I'm going to watch a girl get spit on. Now I'm going to watch
desensitized.
And then what's the most extreme thing? Children.
And
it's they're not even turned on by children. Being a molester, you know around puberty if you are attracted to children or not. That's how you know.
Yep.
When you start to change, you're still a child kind of, and you can't. There is a clear cut, like definitive, like that's when you know you are a pederast or a pedophile. I think is someone who.
What's pederast?
I think pederast is you haven't acted on it. Pedophile is you're attracted to children. Pederast means you've acted on it.
And but then pederast, like they have to. identify themselves as that, which means
they then implicate themselves and everyone thinks they've done it and they're lying.
But also how, yeah, exactly. So this is the point about pedophile rehabilitation or whatever. If we're not just going to send them to a fucking, now my algorithm.
There's a guy named Petter Asked. Petter.
We just Googled this, and now,
that poor guy,
poor buddy.
Oh my God,
no.
he was. Oh yeah. Oh
Do you
my
think
God,
he was molested.
He had one daughter. Well, let's check in on her.
So,
how's she doing?
I'm so obsessed with this topic because, and I feel like I can never say this because it's just like you have to really put nuance on it. And you have to. So to me, this QAnon thing, where everyone's like, QAnon people are fucking crazy. QAnon people. These are people that have heard, whether it's, it is not true, but there is a ton of child sex trafficking in America. It's not out of like a
pizza place.
It's not out of a famous person's pizza place in LA. No one in LA eats carbs, and you know that. There are no pizza places here with pizza, much less fucking
when
children.
you see like a new I don't know, calzone place or like a bread company, you're just like, in LA, that's a front. What's going on there?
What's really going? Yeah, exactly. When they're like, celebrities are eating babies out of pizza place. I'm like, there's a pizza place in LA. Where? Oh my God, literally where? It's like when I found out there was a Krispy Kreme.
They have bread bowls there. That's definitely some bullshit. No one's was getting a bread bowl in Hollywood.
There's fucking pizza that's not cauliflower crust. Like, where is it? I want to have a James Spiral. When I heard there was a Krispy Kreme in Burbank, they were like, someone got shot at a Krispy Kreme in Burbank. And I was like,
that was what you were like.
I was like, where?
That's so funny.
But
I mean, we have so let me
just really quick, because and why it is so important that everybody listening to this understand how important this conversation is, because it's not just about.
I'm obsessed with talking about it because we need to.
The effects, like the effects of it, are so big.
That's it. Okay. Everything that's wrong with the world is because someone was molested and couldn't talk about it. That's it.
Okay, so the QAnon people, the people that are like, there's sex trafficking and they're killing babies, these are, in my opinion, I'm generalizing, people that were sexually abused
and want to stop it.
And they are like, they hear that and they just go into fucking fight or flight protection mode. They don't have the correct data. And
it is happening, but not there.
But not there. So it's like this is a problem. You were molested, obviously. It's a nightmare. You don't have 20 years and $500,000 to sit in psychotherapy and heal yourself. Like what choice do you have? You're just a victim. And I mean, when I see people that comment me on Instagram or have this like vitriol, I look at these like Twitter things, I'm like,
they were probably molested.
These to me are all people that have been hurt
and are just dealing with so much pain. It's when you get honked at in traffic, when you get yelled at.
We can't heal this or stop it if no one will admit that it's a problem. A lot of it is within the family. Families are invested in being in denial about it. The sexual abuse in my family, everyone knows about it, but no one discusses it. It didn't happen because then they'd have to feel the guilt.
So sorry. Yeah, it was our fault that it happened.
Yes,
and that's the thing. It's not
their, was, but
listen, it is, but it wasn't, because even if you, because I always say I wasn't molested, and my parents think they're like proud of it, and I'm like, but you shouldn't be, because you put us in a lot of places where we could have been. And I became obsessed with molestation when I was young. As soon as I found out about kidnappers, I had a younger sister, and I made fucking sure she didn't molested. There would be times that my parents would let her go, and I'd go, no, like there was a weird van. Like I was obsessed with my sister getting molested, which also makes me feel like something must have happened to me.
It's a weird thing for a kid to worry about if it has.
Obsessed.
I mean, because as a kid, you'll also like jump off a tire swing and not think you're going to hurt yourself.
My first word was dangerous. I'd go dangerous. My first besides mom and dad, my first word was dangerous, and I point out dangerous things.
And can I ask you something else why this is so fucked up and important? It's like, I know so many women as moms that already feel guilt that they have to work all day, but they can afford to have someone watch their kid or daycare. Like the idea of like, I have to choose between watching my kid like a hawk every 5 minutes and fucking having a job.
That's
now,
why
at my
I
job all day, I
say,
just have to. It's like, it's such a fucking nightmare. Don't blame the victim's parents. Don't underestimate the power and the conniving Trump. Ted Bundy got women in his car over and over and over again.
They weren't stupid.
Why didn't this girl's friend have a pit in her stomach about that guy? It's like what?
My dad, made me so mad recently. There was a girl a couple years ago.
It's the perpetrator's fault.
There was a girl a couple years ago. I was doing this as a bit, but it needs to be said. There was a girl a couple years ago that drunkenly stumbled out of a bar, totally drunk, okay? I'm not saying that. I love when people tell stories of when they were like, a friend of mine was telling a story about when she got roofied, and she goes, and I only had 2 drinks. And I'm like, You don't need to say that to me. You could have had 18 drinks.
Yeah.
I'd still believe you, okay? Because that doesn't need to be a part of your story because that doesn't fucking matter. But
I had 2 drinks.
Yeah, or she goes, but it was only 2. And I'm like,
No,
I don't need
you're
to know
allowed to
that.
have drinks.
You can have as many drinks as you want if you know when you're fucking roofied as opposed to when you've had a bunch of cocktails.
And my skirt was below the knee, so like,
yeah.
what?
And exactly. We're still apologizing. It happens because it's a reflex now as women
we know
to
it's
be
the
like.
first thing people say. And in every try, it's like, well,
even if we don't
you had
know
had 4 drinks
subconsciously,
and then you got roofied. How do we even know that?
We set up stories to go. Yeah. Well, I shouldn't have been doing that. So my dad called me after this girl. She got into the wrong Uber. She stumbled out. There's security footage. I remember when it came. It was tragic. She gets in the wrong Uber. Just happens to get into a murderer's Uber. The worst. She won the worst lottery. Like you get it. How many times have I gotten into the wrong Uber? So many freaking times. And it just wasn't a guy that would murder a woman. You know, I just got lucky. And my dad called me up and he goes, I go, Dad. He goes, can you imagine like how he was just scared for me because he knows I take Uber. So he's trying to like put out information like she shouldn't have been just getting in Ubers like that. And I go, I do that all the time, Dad.
But here's what I'll say. You do take them to your home and they know where you're staying. They know where you live.
I know everything else about it is like
by the way, we're giving a different person our home address every day. Like what are the odds?
She was so foolish to get into the wrong one, except the right one could have been a murder too.
You know what I used to do? I was like, okay, I can't get murdered by an Uber driver. Like I know, like whatever, I'm high risk and security people told me not to and whatever. And then they're like, you cannot let an Uber driver take you to your home because then they know where you live, you fucking moron, and they can sell that to other people and whatever. And I was like, oh, great, yeah, okay. So I'll just have him drop me off at like a different house.
And you have to walk in the dark home?
No, by the way,
then your neighbors get murdered.
No, that's what I said. I didn't realize that. Like 2 months later, I was like, if he comes and murders me, he's gonna think I live here.
Oh my God, can you imagine if there was a murder? That would be so fucking...
They did like, I'm so sorry, you guys. He thought he was murdering me and he murdered you. And
like, God,
like,
Whitney,
I know,
the endless guilt.
I had a guy come to my house and I would always pretend that I would take pictures without my house in the background and like on my street. And then 4 neighbors down were like, here's a Ring camera of a guy like knocking on the door last night looking for you.
Oh my God.
On their door. And I was like,
my God.
I'm so sorry.
It happened to you. That exact thing happened. Holy shit.
Yeah.
This is so...
The girl got in a car with a murderer?
Oh, sorry. The girl got in the car with the murderer. He murdered her. So she got the most... literally, it's like a fish jumping out of the water and falling in a fisherman's boat, right? Like, it's like the worst thing that happened. She just picked the wrong goddamn car to get into. She got murdered, okay? So my dad calls me. He's like, that would never happen to you, Nikki. And I go, yes, it would,
This
Dad.
is someone you know?
No. This was a news story. Big news story. This woman, footage of her. It was
He's
terrible.
in jail?
I don't know how it ended. Yeah, I believe they caught this guy immediately because it was just everything about the case was out the next day on Daily Mail, and I was looking at all the footage.
But everything's tracked, so they know exactly. If you're a murderer and you're in an Uber,
no, she got into a regular car that was not an Uber. She thought it was her Uber, and she just got into the back of a guy's car, and he was just like, I honestly had a joke about it where he was probably like, God, I want to murder someone today, and I just don't want to. If I'm supposed to, send me a sign. And she's like, is it corny? And he's just like, that's why I don't like God sending always looking for signs, because it could be the thing that, like, she just got unlucky. There wasn't anything that girl did that I wouldn't do. And that's why I told my dad, because he goes, you would never do that. He wanted to convince himself that his daughter is going to be smarter than her. But the truth is, I'm not. Even though I don't drink anymore, I get into wrong Ubers all the time. And my dad was like, you have to look at the license plate. And I go, Dad, sometimes I just know. And then sometimes I I didn't know. And he goes, well, still, if you got in there, that wouldn't happen to you because I taught you for it. Because my dad always taught me, if I ever got into a car, if a guy ever tries to get you into a car, just try to do anything to not go to the second location, because you're not going to go do a podcast. Like, he's taking you to the woods to kill you.
Yeah.
Like, the second location is dead. So even if you have to steer the car on the highway and flip it a bunch of times, there's a less chance you're going to die there than the certainty you're going to die at wherever he takes you. So do whatever you can.
But here's the other thing that's tricky about that. Sorry, just to be in the granular about this, because Emily got in an Uber recently and they took her to a crazy backwoods area with no cell reception, super around, and kept pulling over and stopping. It was just
yeah, it was horrible. I got out of the car and just sobbed hysterically.
She was I know exactly where they were. It was a place that I was like, I can see how this person would take that route, but it's 5 miles out of the way, and it is a place that never has cell reception. But you could have gotten out of the car.
I could have.
You didn't know how close to my house.
I had no idea.
You didn't know if you were really being murdered, and you didn't want to make a scene if it turns out you're not. That happened to me. I got into an Uber, and it was the wrong car, but the right license plate, but different car color and everything. I got in, and there were two guys driving, and I just didn't even think about it. I was like late for this hair appointment. I was in a weird town in Florida, in the Jacksonville, Florida. I get in, and it's two guys, and I go, "Are you allowed to have two people?" And they just didn't really talk to me. They looked like two guys that were not Uber drivers to me. They were both wearing like wife beaters, like kind of junky car, and I'm like, "Oh my!" And then I look, and I'm not joking you. Sawed-off door lock.
Okay.
And what I did, I texted Andrew, my opener, and I go, "This is my location. I'm in the back of an Uber with two people. We're driving in the direction I'm supposed to be going, but this is not looking good." And I go, I honestly think I prepared myself to be raped. I was like, this is it. This is like, when you get raped, you probably go, "Oh, I'm about to be raped." You maybe have that moment as a woman.
You have
and
a Darwinian thing of like, just don't either.
I was like, what do I do?
You be as calm as possible to reduce the amount of danger right now. Like deer in the headlights, they freeze. The reason deer freeze is not because they're dumb and whatever. They freeze in case the threat's going to keep on going and not see them. So we also do have this freeze response. That's like when people are like, "I should have screamed, I should have yelled." It's like, no, we are wired to just freeze in case the threat passes.
Yep.
You know, but then it's be as loud as fucking possible.
You're so right. The freezing took place. But I want to just say, even if the door had been open and we would have been at a stop sign, I wouldn't have run out because of the chance of how stupid that would look. I always can put myself in a position of any of these times where it's like, it was my fault, I got molested, I got raped. Like, even if you maybe you did something that was like, that you go, "No, but mine's different. I really did it." Like, you don't know how you're going to act in these scenarios ever again. And you can never, ever tell someone, "Why did you do that?" My friend got held up at gunpoint the other day and on Fairfax. And Carlisle's boyfriend got held up at gunpoint. And these kids they said they were like, really young kids. And he could tell the kids were as scared as.
Yeah. And a lot of times that's why murders happen, because kids get so scared. They're
shaking and they pull the trigger.
It's also a lot of when women get murdered, the murderer is obviously a psychopath, not defending their behavior. They were just
not always a psychopath.
It ends up, or a sociopath. But psychopaths famously, like in prison when they study their brains, a lot of when they kill someone, to them, they're not taking someone's life. They're just solving a problem because they don't have empathy. They're not like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's like I had to do that to get the thing that I wanted.
It's this.
That's all I think about is what I want.
No, I was just going to rape her, but then she started screaming and I had to stop the screaming.
Yeah, like
I'm not a murderer. I just had to stop her from screaming so loud.
It's so
it's that's what they
crazy.
say.
Yeah, they think of it like a computer. Like, I just shut down the computer because it was having a malfunction.
Yeah, I raped her and I was going to take her back to her house.
I couldn't find the volume, so I just
But then she kept
closed
screaming,
the laptop.
so I just killed her. If she had just, you know what I mean? That's sort of how they think. So a lot of times, and when you know something like that, when you've like studied murders a lot, which we all sort of are doing now, you go like, okay, if they're going to rape me, maybe I just deal with that, because if I scream, they'll kill me to solve the problem. So I shouldn't scream. Like,
now I can't. Now I have to remember to scream fire instead of rape. Like all these things. Like, there's all these rules, but there's always someone that you're gonna go. Like when he got held up at gunpoint, he did not do what the guy said. He just froze. He didn't know what to do, and his girlfriend, who was so horrified, was like, "Why wouldn't you get on the ground? Like, you could have been shot. You didn't do it." He goes,
"This person,
I don't know."
But by the way, there's no way. If you move, that could be why he
exactly.
shoots you.
Yeah, there's no. You can do that all day, but we all do that. Like, I should have just done this one thing that would have been. It's like, you don't know how you're ever gonna act, and you can never judge someone for how they act in an emergency where they think they're about to be murdered. If you're gonna freeze, if you're gonna jump out of the car, you hope that you hear enough of these stories that you can prepare yourself when something happens, but you don't. You never know.
You don't know. And also, it's like, I remember when like watching the Derek Chauvin, execution for 9 minutes, and my brain is like, why didn't anyone fucking run in there and stop it? Like, why is
the bystander effect?
Yeah, and you're like, why? People were just filming
there's
that.
There's a lot more.
How did no one run in? But it's like, because like I can say all day that I would have, like, but like who knows? There's
don't know.
There's an amazing. I learned about this. I have to remember what the case is, of a woman. It was in an apartment complex, and this was I think I studied this in a psychology.
Oh yeah, this is it's the bystander effect. It's Kitty Genevieve's 1937, I believe, or maybe no, this was in the 60s.
I think it was later. Yeah.
She was coming home from work and she got stabbed by a guy, raped and stabbed, screamed for like 15 minutes.
They all heard her.
100 people, like so many people heard her. No one called because everyone assumed someone else called.
And then the guy came back and killed her.
And came back and finished her off as she begged for her life when she could have been saved so many times. And the thing is, like, and even if you're someone like, let's say that like you maybe you're someone who grew up and your sister got molested and you were the one that told on your stepdad for it and you saved your sister and that's why it stopped. And then you hear about a case where you go, that brother didn't tell on the stepdad. I would have, I can say I would have because I did. No, you can't say that you would have in his case. You don't have the same life as that child did. Just because you were in the same circumstance, stop this, I would have done that. You do not know. If you were born into that person's body and had their experience and had their brain, which is a different brain than yours.
Circumstancing, limiting.
You don't know what
beliefs.
you would ever do, even if it's the same scenario that you've been in. You can't. Empathy is not about putting on someone's shoes, wearing your body in someone else's shoes. It's literally being in their body with their same experience. You don't know what that's like.
But also, human beings are wired. It depends on how your amygdala works, your ancestral trauma, like many things. But like, most of the time, if you're in a dangerous situation, freezing is the most auspicious thing to do for your safety. Like in our brains, our bodies.
We all saw Jurassic Park, and
by the way,
we've all
our bodies know more than our brains for the most part. So it's like when you see those women where a bear is like sniffing a person and they're just standing completely still, and you're like, run, you motherfucker! But that's the worst thing you can do because food runs.
You'll never ever outrun a bear. I know. I'm so scared of bears. I have dreams about bears all the time.
A bear doesn't think that you're prey until you run.
When you run, just kiss your life goodbye.
You have to just sit there and fucking hopefully not be on your period so you don't smell like blood and just let it fucking sniff you and you will be safe. It seems so like counterintuitive. It's like the way that moose defeat bears. This fascinates me because this is like, it changed my life and the way that I move through life, because I used to sort of be very not pugnacious, but always at war, like defending myself. And because I'm protecting myself, I'm going to stand up for myself. So I'm like, this person like disrespects me, I'm going to fucking go. There is a person that I know is hurtful to other people in my business.
Oh, yes.
And I want to fucking go. It's all about the timing, and it's all about waiting and waiting and waiting for someone to sort of ram you. So the way
for Hannibal Buress to come out and make, like, we all have to wait for that sometime.
Sometimes
to have it happen to you so that you have enough evidence that people trust you. Because if it's all hearsay, I know about someone that I'm dying to cancel. I am getting there's a girl who told me about a lot of abuse happening on a show that she worked on, and I already sensed it because I did the show, and I was like, yeah, I feel it. Just being someone who's being protected from it, and it's in the air.
But here's what they do. It's like the people that actually work there, they can't do anything or they'll lose their job and have a bad reputation forever as being like the snitch. It's like sometimes I go, oh, it's the people that have no skin in the game that actually should say something because we wouldn't lose anything.
Yeah.
But it's also I'm the least qualified to talk about it because I wasn't there, and now I just look like a justice warrior, like I'm the savior of everyone's toxicity shit. And then they're like, well, Whitney, you made this roast joke 10 years ago, and you're like, oh,
you knew, you must have known,
or like. You made fun of Lisa Lampanelli and you're just like, okay, fair, but
it's
moose,
just
the way moose kill bears. This is literally
they tweet at them.
A metaphor that changed my fucking life. They released the bear's nudes. Moose, when a bear is charging them, they wait. They do not run. They do not move at all. And at the last minute, they put their back leg out. And the bear breaks their neck on the moose's foot with their own force.
Oh my God.
Wild. So you can see, like, there's videos online of bears charging a moose. You're like, why isn't that moose fucking doing anything? At the last minute, puts its back leg out, and then the bear breaks its neck with its own.
Oh my God.
Own, like, velocity.
Some, like, jujitsu stuff.
It's like let someone else kill themselves on you.
Yeah. It's like I think that's what, like, all that stuff that all the Rogan does. It's all about like using things to like use their force against themselves.
It's like it's like if someone's coming for you, hold.
I know, it's so hard to do that.
It's really hard because you want to fucking fight back before it gets worse, but sometimes you got to let it get a little bit worse so you have the maximum amount of power and leverage to protect yourself. I tried to do a bit about this. I love that this is all in like bits we're trying to do that are weird.
Yeah, because that's how we get out information.
But we're going to figure it out.
And help people.
But as a comedian, that's what we are able to go into these really dangerous haunted house and spaces and like make it digestible to talk about and think about. And then like it's a conversation, right? So that's part of what we're heroes. We're heroes. Laughter is the best medicine.
It's the only thing I know how to do. So
Laughter's the best medicine. We are doctors.
Oh my God,
we are licensed.
Yeah, we can.
We're doctors.
You can either do psilocybin or you can go to Whitney's early Friday show.
In ruining our own lives, we help heal yours.
We do. We really do.
I've
been starting to take some of my own advice that I give my like podcast listeners because I've heard so much of like, you've made me look at life this way and this way. And sometimes I go, what would NIKKI do? Like I literally go, what would the version, what would I want?
What advice would I give to myself?
Yeah, because I talk to my podcast listeners like they're my best friends, and I just want them all to have such good days because it's kind of like a morning show of like, just like let's be honest with ourselves. Let's like kind of let things slide. Like, don't blame people that hurt you, but just know that they've been hurt. Try to have empathy. And sometimes when I'm frustrated, I go like, what would I tell if I was my podcast listener, what would I tell her? And then I'm able to get out of it. And it's like it actually has been therapeutic. I hate that it like comes back.
And let me say this too. However you get there, it doesn't fucking matter. If it's cheaper than paying $7,000 for a therapist, it doesn't do, like. But
I'm trying everything.
This is helping my female friendships as well. Is when you see a female friend go, and we all do it. The smartest of us, the most mature of us, the most well-meaning of us. We're in a bad relationship, a relationship that has obviously been, and you get in the dopamine and the oxytocin, you just can't see clearly. And then when someone comes to me, I'm always like, I'm going to say to you what I think you would tell me if I was in your situation. And it does like make people less defensive also. Yeah. When you're like, I'm only going to say this because I think it's what you would say to me if the roles were reversed.
And I'm not going to judge what you do with it.
I think you'd say this and this and this.
Yeah, to me, yes.
I think that's what you would say to me. Like, that wasn't really what
that wasn't exactly. But it was
I don't
similar
have to have
in
kid
the
gloves with you.
It was this. No, you didn't, and that's what I really like loved about seeing you today. And like when I walked in to your room in there, and I was just like, I need you. Like I was on the way here, like trying to draft this text that was gonna possibly blow up my life or something, you know. And you were able to really convince me, like, let's take a beat and run through you have a lot of tools for processing these things that are valuable to me. And so like
I've sent a lot of texts I regret.
Oh my God, I'm so glad we're friends. And that like reminds me, like I feel like with your female friendships, like we've talked about this before, but I was so scared. I was telling someone recently our history, and I was like, I was so intimidated by her, wanted to stay out of her way, didn't even want her to see me because I didn't want her to like hate me or like think that, or like I didn't want to bother. Like I knew you knew, but I was just scared of you and thought that you were a different person than you are. And truly the person that we're absolutely different than when we first met in 2006. But like the person I get to see now out of you is like, there's just so much love. Like I just love female friendships so much. And I love how quickly they can come in. Like I fell in love with you when I did your podcast the first time coming on here. And now it's my third time. And like, I'm just so, female friendships are the fucking best. And it happens it's like love at first sight. And I love how quickly it can happen. And I'm going to know you forever.
But I do also think that part of like, I'm so glad we're getting close now because it's only in the last 5 years that I wasn't a fucking like, I'm glad you didn't know me.
No,
when I was like, I
knew when to come in.
Yeah. I wasn't ready for you. I wasn't ready.
I would have come in because I would have done anything you said, but I'm so glad you didn't summon me.
I'm so glad that we got to become friends when I'm more cooked as a person because I would have been like walking on eggshells around you, worried to hurt your feelings. Because there's nothing worse than a female friendship where they give you bad advice because they're worried about hurting your feelings, but they'd rather give you bad advice that's going to hurt you way more. So I was, we always laugh about like I always say never ask like a girlfriend that has known you forever for advice about relation. For them to be able to say, you always do this, remember Jake, remember so-and-so, they can give you a history and show you a pattern, but like fresh eyes on something, like, because I hear a lot of like, he's just not calling because I think he likes you too much. Like
That's always the case.
You're trying to stop me from having this heartbreak. I see what you're trying to do, but it's being so much. Just give it to me real. Give it to me. I'm the person that's like.
You said some things to me in there that I was just like, God, fuck. It's just like not what I wanted to hear. And I'm only able to accept that from you because I'm 37 years old. Like I was
also ready to say it to you in a way that wasn't just fucking. What do you even? I was able to say like,
yeah, you didn't make me feel bad about who I was for being in the situation I am in that I got to because I'm not making good decisions. And it didn't make me feel bad.
And here's the first thing I always ask is, do you want support for what you're already going to do?
You said that, or advice.
Or advice. I'm happy to do either. I will do either. If you want to send this right now, I'll fucking help you send it.
And I also say, I might not take your advice. And so when you give it to me, like, I know that I'm safe not taking your advice and we'll still be friends.
Yeah, oh my God.
I'll do the opposite and you'll still be
But then I first want to, like, see
we'll go from there.
what the person's at. Because most people, when they're asking for advice, they're asking for a thumbs up on what they're already going to do.
Yeah. That's what I was looking for. And then when you ask that, I go, no, I want that means, do you want me to lie to you or want the truth?
It's clear that you need another rock bottom on it. Like, you need a reminder. You need a refresher.
Totally.
I've done it with family members that I was like, okay, I haven't been in your life for 10 years. You know what? I just need to see them again and see if anything's changed. Oh, it hasn't needed that reminder. Sometimes you need that. You need more proof. It's like, you need more proof, so get it. That's
why I keep smoking pot. Like, I've quit so many things that have, like, gotten to bottoms where I'm like, okay, well, this is it. This just ruined this thing that is important to me, so I'm going to drop drinking. I'm going to stop having sex with men before I'm in a relationship.
Love it.
I'm going to stop starving myself or binging. I'm going to stop... Like, I'm abstinent or sober from all these behaviors, but when it comes to pot, that's where I'm still struggling. It's like workaholic.
But here's what I'll say. That's a fucked up one because maybe it will be different this time with pot. It always
could be
different this time.
It's always different. Sometimes it's killer and sometimes it's terrible.
Every strain of weed is actually different.
It's so true.
Or like, I'm like, no, this time it might be different because in fucking edibles, they cook weird. So some
I don't
of them
do
are too
edibles
strong.
anymore.
I'm off.
Because Rogan enlightened 70 days off.
I'm 70 days off.
Oh my
edibles,
God.
Yeah. I can still smoke weed and vape, but edibles, like my brain, I've talked about in the podcast before.
It's a different drug. You know that, right? Your body literally processes edibles different. Joe told me this. It blew my mind because I never was having good edible experiences. It's a different drug than when you smoke THC. It's a completely different thing in your body. So there's a reason why you don't like them. It's not pot.
But I'm also, because of my workaholism and need to always be like productive at all times.
I don't want something to kick in later.
The 40-minute wait. So
I don't have that kind of time.
Well,
I can't manage that. I don't have that kind of like.
But also 40
vagueness.
minutes to someone else is different. 40 minutes to me is different. A minute feels like 40 minutes already to me. So I'm like, it's been 40 minutes. It hasn't kicked in. I got a dud. I'm going to take 2 more.
Yep.
These aren't working. Obviously,
I want immediate. We're comics.
Sativa.
We want the laughs right away. I don't want to.
time.
Yeah.
I want to be high now.
I want exactly. I want it now. I'm compulsive.
That saw me fall and hit my head on that fucking wall because I had 10 of those blueberries.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so glad you're not doing that anymore.
This is when I stopped. I actually didn't stop. It wasn't because...
That wasn't the fall.
That wasn't the rock bottom. No. That was like, did you get that? Were you filming? I did. That was kind of a Lucille Ball. That was hilarious. You didn't get a TikTok out of that. I was making content. We now take an abrupt break in our...
What was that?
I took an abrupt break.
We took an abrupt break.
That's called
in the theater world.
method acting. We now take an abrupt break from the podcast that I have now started calling Two Broken Girls. My chat with NIKKI GLASER and I takes a quick break so that you guys can find out if there's something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals, especially since you're currently listening to two women who have not. You guys over there, you made a great video. Okay, they wrote that. You guys made
names.
You made a video. You put in great. Last time
Emily put in great
about BetterHelp. I did the video you guys made about BetterHelp last week was
okay. Your lines are over.
We know
you loved our video. Sound aside, like most creative duos, we had some differences,
and we broke up.
Don't do your line read as if you're mad at me.
I had to. What are you doing?
Do you think that in theaters and in plays and in movies, actors could
Do you think that in theaters and plays and movies that they shit on their co-stars like this? Are you Leah Michelle? Keep going.
I hope so. I hope I'm the Leah Michelle of comedy. I would love to have quit when I was 32. Against my will.
We can make that happen.
So
Benton and I wrote a script, and I just don't think it conveyed how amazing BetterHelp is at matching you with your own personal licensed professional therapist.
I think it did. Oh.
You haven't heard it. I wrote a script, and let me share the script I wrote with
let's share. Okay.
We're going to read it for you now.
Can I yell action?
You can yell action now.
Okay, y'all are about to do a scene. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wait, we're doing a scene that is going to explain perfectly how BetterHelp can help.
Okay, and we're going to do this like a real production. Sound speeding and action.
Hey, thanks for answering. I know you're at work.
Oh, no worries. I was just about to head in and do a nose job on some famous Instagram baby.
Are you a dentist?
Well, yeah, I started off as a dentist, but I took a few master classes and now I'm exploring my craft.
Oh my God. Okay, well, that red flag aside, I'd like to get your opinion on something. Since I started my company, I've been really anxious. I'm constantly stressed, and I just can't seem to shake the feeling that it's all going to fall apart and I'm some kind of imposter.
Oh, well, I can totally see how you opening up your own seafood restaurant on Etsy could be rough. But this has been your dream since we were little kids. Remember when you used to catch crawfish in the creek and you drop them off in my locker in those tiny envelopes? If anyone can do this, you can do it.
It's just so much more pressure now. The thought of failure has taken all the joy out of shipping shrimp. I just don't know if this is a good idea anymore. I need an honest opinion. Will this company fail? I need to know if these feelings are something I should pay attention to.
Emily, if there's anyone who's going to push the limits of shellfish shipment and the Etsy-appropriate packaging of newspapers and old Amazon packages, it's you. And if you don't believe me, maybe you should just call a licensed professional at BetterHelp. See, I think that was really good.
I agree.
It had a story arc. It had a problem.
It was...
And we've never entered the realm of seafood shipping on Etsy.
I LOL'd. And I've been dead for 20 years.
BetterHelp is not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's professional counseling done securely online.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. Not that any of us need
Why
it.
do you start every line like you're Maggie Dame Smith? This podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. What are you doing?
Dame Maggie
Whatever.
Smith.
You know her.
I don't know who
you
either
love
of
her.
those people are. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and good for you listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Whitney.
Support Emily's shrimp business.
Here at Good For You, we do nothing if not take serious care of ourselves. Emily, didn't you recently go to the spa, during a work day?
Yes, and I learned my lesson. Self-care day.
Oh, look at these little bows.
Oh my God, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, we're in a meditative state. You're ready to relax.
Oh, I'm just here to start a healthier life with better rituals.
Perfect. Let's get you wet.
Ooh, ow, this is cold.
Well.
Is this nuts? Ooh, what is that?
Oh, this is plant goo. People love it.
Ew, is it traceable?
I got it in my backyard.
Ooh, gross. Ooh, that's hot.
At the with my pocket.
Ew, this hurts. What, my eye?
Oh, this is the nice little roller. Very soothing.
Ooh, I don't like this. It's not very pleasant. Ooh, what? Are those lemons?
These are lemons.
Ew.
Have an apple.
Ooh, I don't...
Oh,
is this
cleansing
organic?
your negative energy.
Oh, God, gross. Ooh,
That was a
gross.
butterscotch.
Ooh, that's definitely
And
not
that's
traceable.
for Breeze.
Ew, gross. Are you lighting me on fire? Okay, there's gotta be
Blueberries.
better. I'm not enjoying this.
Oh, you wanted something easy and enjoyable? Well, you should have tried Ritual Protein Powder.
Okay. Oh, a ritual protein shake. Clean plant-based formula. Delicious flavor. 20 grams of pea protein. No added sugar. And it's soy and gluten-free.
Aren't they delicious?
Oh, are you still here?
Oh, yeah.
Yum.
Yeah! I have so many questions about that video because I am incredibly impressed. So why not shake up your ritual? To make something new less scary, Ritual offers a money-back guarantee if you're not 100% in love. Plus, my listeners get 10% off during your first 3 months. Just visit ritual.com/Whitney and add essential protein today. That's ritual.com/Whitney. I just thought I'd do a soothing voice before me and NIKKI start squawking again. This is when I stopped, because everyone knows I'm in 12-step programs, and a lot of addiction in my family, have studied addiction very deeply, is that it wasn't when I was taking too much. It was when I started to hide it from other people. I stopped sharing.
That's it.
So if I'm going, you have a blueberry, let's all have a blueberry. It's when I was
When you're taking them around people know, when people vape, I found out one of my good friends vapes.
When I put the blueberries in a shoe so no one else would find them, that's when I was like, we're done here.
We're done.
Because I'm being secretive about it.
Exactly. And that is why I only smoke marijuana. And I've been vaping recently, but I make sure I vape only around people. And I'm not sneaking it, because when you start sneaking it, even if you're just trying to be polite and you're not, it's not about shame. There's shame, because you're trying to, being polite equals this annoys other people.
Yes.
So what I vaping weed, I was doing it all the time because you could do it everywhere. It doesn't smell, it doesn't linger, and it kind of dissipates quickly. So
everyone's brain is different. Some people can some people can only eat edibles and never pick up a vape. Everyone's got a different thing. You have to know yourself. A vape, I feel like I can have this puff of weed and 40 minutes later, I'm like,
No, vape
I
for me
metabolize
really
quickly.
metabolizes quickly. Pot smoke though, I made a rule. I go, I'm only gonna smoke. I'm literally, for me to get high, I have to be around. If I want to get high with you guys, I can't just go in the bathroom real quick.
Nope.
I have to light. I either have to roll a joint, which takes too much time. I might as well eat an edible. That's 40 minutes to roll a fucking joint. That's like, I can't. It takes too long. Either someone gives me a joint or I smoke out of a fucking pipe. I have to look like a crack addict and see myself. I should pull up a mirror when I do it, but I have to be accountable, and I can't do. If I do it on my own, like sometimes my roommate isn't home. That's why I got a roommate. Is I want to be accountable about my eating. I want to be accountable about my cleanliness and like just being like.
She's like, I'm your sober companion? I thought you're your friend.
I mean, truly, it's not.
Hey, so here's a journal. I need you to.
It's my podcast co-host Andrew. I make him wear a orange vest on flights, and he doesn't sit next to me. He's in coach, but that also makes me feel more emotionally supported having him be
pack full of vitamins.
When I was dealing with my eating disorder, that's the only, I knew it was bad. I knew I needed help, and that I was managing it.
How did you know you needed help?
Because COVID hit and it just became glaring, and I was living in my parents' house and sleeping in my childhood bed that I lived in when I moved out to LA when I was 21. Had a little success, but I moved back home when I was 25 to live with my parents, and I was drinking a lot then. That was a bad time. I eventually moved to New York and never went back until COVID. Went home just to wait out COVID because I was in between apartments. Ended up staying there, and by a couple days in, not doing comedy, not running around doing podcasts and everything, and like my lifestyle, the eating disorder was just like, it was all day waiting to eat because I would just starve all day.
Yeah.
Intermittent fasting was a gift to me as an anorexic who wanted an excuse and wanted a culturally excuse to say to someone when you go to a lunch,
you have to go, I just ate, I'm vegan,
you have to
I'm
lie
allergic
all
to
the
gluten.
goddamn time so you can starve, and now finally you can go, I'm intermittent fasting. Everyone goes, good for you,
You're
instead
like,
of you're anorexic.
I am the healthiest person on the planet.
Yeah.
I never
People
eat.
go,
It's like,
I've heard of that. That's not taboo. Instead of me saying, which I said in the end, like when people would see me like start my binge at the end of the night at the Comedy Cellar, I would order like 1,800 plates of food because that's when it would begin and it would go throughout the night. I would have all this food and people would be like, Jesus Christ. And I go, yeah, I have an eating disorder. I would literally like said, I knew I had one. I had dabbled in going and getting some recovery. But what finally made me look at it was the fact that COVID made me see that I wish I had a loved one that wasn't I'm glad I have my family to live with, but I really wish I had a husband or a partner to share this with. And the reason I don't is because I am hiding an eating disorder, and I would rather eat in bed than have someone in my bed. And I wake up every morning with protein bar wrappers that I ate throughout the night, and that's just the norm. That's the norm for me in the morning to go, how many was it last night? And then the next day find some and I go, were those from the other days? Did I eat 9 last night? Like I'm talking entire boxes of protein bars in bed.
This is why I'm asking you about how did you know, like were you able to identify, because a lot of times when other people tell you have an eating problem or other people
that's
say,
not going to do it.
No, it actually, you go, thank you. It makes you, it validates you.
I love hearing
so
I
a
look
lot
skinny.
of times when people are like, you look really skinny, you might have a problem, you're like nailing it, I'm on track.
Well,
so that's why
because I have
it
such
has to be self-identified. It has to
Oh
be.
yeah, for any addiction, really, you have to like get to a point. It helps that people are honest with you.
It's a self-diagnosed disease.
But when people do get I have a lot of women going, like I've had it before where I'm not doing anything tricky with food, or I was, which I shouldn't have felt guilty about either. Like there's some kind of like, if you have anorexia, there's some kind of like thing that other women have for you, like a disdain, a resentment of like, you're too skinny. And it's like, I'm not doing this because I want to be hot. I can't eat and I don't know why.
Yeah.
It just is the only thing that makes me feel okay. And I don't get it. And I didn't ask for it.
It's the only thing you can control.
I mean, I did beg for it in high school when I was like, I wish I could be anorexic. And then I like threw a penny in a fucking well and it came true.
You're a winner. No, you're a winner. If you want something, you'll get it.
When catching anorexia, and I really say catch because I caught it like a fucking illness, so my anorexia went from being a teenager, not knowing how many calories I need, just being like, I'll just never eat again, almost dying, hospitalized, ended up getting educated enough to manage it where I don't pass out on stage like I used to. I don't, almost get faint when I'm talking. Like I managed it, right? Like no one, I could have gone on forever. Not ever, but it would have eventually ruined my life in other ways, but not in a way that anyone would have seen, right? And there were times that I was too skinny, but it was too skinny in a way that was like applauded and like, oh, your sample size and like you look like a supermodel, like
and
stuff
you
like that.
fit in clothes right off the
when
runway.
someone says you look like a supermodel, it's you're a little bit tall and you look like a skeleton. And you look like you're starving yourself because
and your legs don't touch.
And you have thigh gap. I have wide hips, so I do have a thigh gap, but it's not because so sometimes I hate when girls are like, thigh gaps are natural. I'm like, right now I'm not doing anything with my food to try to be a certain way. My body is what it is, and I have to accept that. And right now it's good because I got help, because what I did was I was desperate. It was March 2020. I was living at home with my parents. Everything was so scary. Nothing to like calm my nerves anymore. My eating disorder was surging. I wanted a husband, and I was like, this is the time to do this. So I got help, and I went on a cooking show yesterday, and I talked about it. I go, guys, I would have turned this show down a year ago. I would have made up a lie to get out of it, because it's a show where they recreate fast food and make it for you. And I don't eat fast food, because when I was anorexic, that was just something I said goodbye to, even though I grew up and loved it. Or I eat it now, like I will let myself, but I don't eat it because I just don't crave it. If I wanted it, I would eat it, because I literally eat anything I want now, and that's wild to say. But if I want it, I will eat it and allow myself to have it, because I trust myself. I have so yesterday I went on this fast food show, and it's like a funny comedy show, and they're like, why are you here? And I go, I wouldn't have been here a year ago. I have to say I'm I'm in recovery for an eating disorder, and I can only now allow myself to have fast food, because it was the devil to me. It was like poison. You could have never got me to eat a chicken nugget. I mean, I'm vegan, so they have vegan ones. But like eating something fried, I just would never eat it. I'm like, I'm so grateful that I get to be here now and do this. And I'm not going to starve myself today or tomorrow because I ate more fried food today. It's just all going to balance out. And I trust that I'm going to eat the right amount. And so what I did when I got into recovery was just become accountable for it, and started taking pictures of my food and sending it to someone who would not judge me for it and just thumbs up it. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you, I thought I was eating 8 protein bars a night. And then you start to see, and then you see the texts and the pictures that you're sending. And I was like, it's way more than that. And it's way weirder. There's a lot. And then I started to have to document.
You can set denial in. You can
think that you see your problem and you don't.
You can normalize I used to drive 3 times a day.
Frozen yogurt?
To a frozen yogurt place on Olympic.
I would do 3 times a day to Whitney. I'm such a Whitney. Dude,
how did we not
you taught me about the original frozen yogurt, the Big Chill. You taught me about that.
Yes, because they had the 0 calories stuff that made you be in fetal position because you would cramp up so bad and have diarrhea.
I would be crying every night. I would always tell my boyfriend, I was like, I'm TF, too full to fuck. Every night, I wasn't having sex because I was too full from eating
of like chemically frozen yogurt.
2 Froyos with sprinkles that I would drive to 2 different locations because I didn't want them to see me get 2.
That's what I would do. And I'd go, you would lie and be like, oh, I'm getting a bunch for I have friends staying with me, so I'm going to get a bunch
frozen.
To go so that I could put
you go into those places and I'm like, set up some chairs and let's start an eating disorder meeting right now.
By the way, all the people that work there, they know.
I call these air foods. Anorexic foods are like popcorn, things that are just you can binge on that don't fill you up.
By the way, this was when I was doing something called fit modeling, where just to pay for college, where you stand and they sew clothes on you. We would dip cotton balls in orange juice and eat cotton balls with orange juice.
Or like sugar-free orange
juice?
What were you?
No,
I
think this was real. No, because we added some
sugar. You had just sugar so you wouldn't faint.
Yeah, and then everyone would eat broccoli with nothing, raw broccoli. And then this girl that I fit model with came down from Baltimore, and she slept she was like a really good friend of mine. We slept in bed together. And both of us at 2 a.m. woke up, and for an hour we're trying to see if the other, because we were both sleep eaters, we'd wake up and fucking tear 90 protein. So we were both, and then it was she was like, are you up? And I was like, yeah. She's like, what are you doing? And I was like, nothing. I was just gonna go get a water. And she's like, oh yeah, I love to have water. And we both sleep ate binge together. We had to go down to the 7-Eleven under my building to buy more. And it was
I had a partner in crime too.
So it was also
so great to get one because it's such an isolating disease.
Then I was like, I'm not crazy. So other people do this, and then I was like, off to the fucking races. As soon as I found someone as sick as me.
Oh, my best friend
to do the same
in
thing.
College.
I was like, we're just coping. It's I didn't realize how toxic it was to find someone that could relate.
You could shoot up with.
What I needed was someone to go, this is wild. And
no one, and that's why I was screaming it beforehand. I was so in need of help. I was talking about it all I was very honest. I thought I was being honest about what I was doing with food and being I want to change it. I don't know what to do. But when I started to document it and send it to someone that just wouldn't judge it, she just thumbs up it, cool. eat that. Like, it would be like, I would seriously have like 8 protein bars as I'm laying in bed on my lap with like those Smart Sweets that are like 90 calories and 2 grams of sugar.
Yes.
I would eat like 4 bags of those gummy worms. Like,
Yes.
And the constant like Amazon packages being mailed to the club that I'm performing in so that when I get there, I have my certain protein bar. Otherwise, what am I going to eat?
Yeah.
It's just exhausting. But
yeah.
I just started seeing this and I'm like, I'm 36 living at home with my parents. And like, what is going on? Like, I have to do something. And then I just took a chance that maybe this lie I'd been telling myself my whole life of I can't eat 3 meals a day. I can't eat normally because I'm different. I will get obese. I will get fat if I eat normally.
By the way, I said this. I had a narrative too. Is you can never eat fat. Right? Because, by the way, we're also fucking lied to and like marketed to and whatever. And I was like, if I eat fat, I'll get fat. So I would only eat like sugar-free snack wells.
Which that have so much sugar.
Which is a billion sugar. I'm getting
And then we realized sugar's the problem.
If I just had a fucking avocado on a piece of toast, I'd actually, my hair would grow in.
I still have problems with that. Like, I still have aversion to things like fast food, like fried things. It's just like, they were so poisonous. It's suddenly like, all of a sudden this world opened up where I'm like, oh, you can drink
There's something
cyanide?
so funny to me because like, the idea that we're not supposed to eat at Chick-fil-A because of their homophobic vested interest.
Yeah.
That's the idea of like, I don't
I'm
eat Chick-fil-A. Not because I'm like an advocate or an ally. I have an eating disorder.
Yeah, I'm not getting married until gay people can get married. Not because no man loves me and wants to marry me. And that most of the men I date are gay.
Let me turn my failure into being a hero.
Yes.
I refuse to get married until.
Yeah, veganism. That's an easy way to be restrictive. And so I always feel guilt about veganism because I get worried. People are like, she's using that to be anorexic. But I don't need to worry about that anymore because I was using it before. Even though it was well-intentioned. I was using it. It did support my anorexia, even though it was well-intentioned.
When people criticize me about something, the only time it hurts me is when there's a little bit of fucking truth to it.
There's not truth to it anymore. I am vegan for the reasons I'm vegan, and it doesn't mean that I don't restrict or don't feel guilt when I overdo it.
We can say you can like in recovery, like alcoholism. You never say like I'm fixed or I'm not an alcoholic anymore. You say I'm in recovery. You say, and with from what I understand in eating disorder programs is not. I don't have an eating disorder anymore. I just have disordered eating. And that's something that's going to not be fixed or healed. It's only maintained.
Yes, I believe that.
I maintain. So it's like I can have disordered eating. And that doesn't mean I'm not ostensibly eating health. But I am thinking, I can't believe I'm fucking eating this. It's still taking up space in my brain. And I still.
And now when it comes in, I go, that's so funny because it's all based off of like lies you've been told. Like there's no science that supports what you're scared of is going to happen right now. You can't get obese tomorrow, and even if you are, you're going to be the same person, and
but that
will be another thing.
But if you like, I mean, because I do know people that like have to lock foods in drawers,
absolutely,
and someone else opens the thing because it's a trigger food, and it is like
there's a chemical dependency, and then there's a psychological
coping
component.
and you're self-soothing, and the idea is you have to figure out what you're soothing from.
That's the tricky thing
and
about
then you got to heal
disorders.
the wound that makes you want to self-soothe, because actually disordered eating, any kind of it, binging, restricting,
it's not about food,
only eating something purple, whatever, that was the first anesthetic that children have access to before they have access to drugs, before they have access to alcohol, before they have access. Food is something you can self-soothe with as a child. So it's like, it's the wound, it's the oldest wound. It's one of the,
and it's the cheapest, most legal drug that isn't regulated.
And you have to eat 3 times a day. So imagine saying, hey, cocaine addict that keeps like doing cocaine and driving, you have to do cocaine 3 times a day.
But like, you can't
overdo it. And like you just said about like, I'm not going to get obese tomorrow if I eat today. But like, crack addicts can't go like, if I do crack right now, I'm not going to die tomorrow. But you eventually will.
Yes.
That's why we don't do it today, because then we'll do it tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. And then we'll build a case that like, the way I'm doing it now, actually, I think it's different this time.
But the fears around like, I used to just think like if you eat a French fry, like it's just, and that for some people, French fry can lead to something that will ruin their life. For me, I had to figure out, when I started talking to people with eating disorders and different ones and how they're recovered, I learned there's just, everyone's different. It's much more tricky than just getting sober, because you still have to eat, like just like you're saying. So for me, mine was like, okay, let me just experiment. I can always go back. Let me try to eat 3 meals a day that are like real meals and not like a little bit smaller than what I always want the least calories on the menu. If I'm dining with people, I always want to get the one that has the less amount of calories.
And then, but also busy people, who the fuck, even when you're like, I'm ready to eat healthy and balanced, like who the fuck has time, unless you subscribe to Daily Harvest, who the fuck has time to put 3 healthy meals together a day? It's a full-time job.
Well, I started like planning them out. So I went in a way of like, and guess what, Whitney? Those meals, yes, I was doing 3 meals a day, which I was like, okay, that's my rule for myself. As long as I do that, I'm abstinent from an eating disorder.
Then how do you define a meal?
So I met with a nutritionist. But boy, did I start doing little tricks where I would get the sugar-free almond butter or instead of what I really like wanted.
But it's tricky because also sugar-free is like...
Sure. Now, yes.
Sugar is not
But
great
I wasn't
whether
making
you're
those
sick or not.
So
it's tricky.
Okay, well, I would get, the 35-calorie rice cakes instead of the 40.
I know
And
exactly which
do you know
ones
what
you're
I'm
talking.
saying?
I know which ones you're talking about.
So, and I still do. And you know what? Because I like them.
By the way,
I don't like the apple cinnamon ones. I like the plain, and they are 35 calories,
Here's what I'll
but
say.
it's like,
the
I
ones
like
that
them.
are 45 calories, actually, they're 70, the ones you're talking about.
No, I hate those ones. I'm talking about
Those
Quaker
ones
Oats,
hurt my
lightly
mouth.
salted
Yep.
or no salt,
Got
35
'em.
calories. They're great. They absorb tofu-y cream cheese in a great way. You put peanut butter on top of that, blueberries, delicious. It's just the consistency I like, but I have guilt about like it's the most I only know about it because I picked the one with the least calories.
Yeah.
But then I was starving. I was like kept eating into I was like, it's not enough. I am different. I can't have 3 meals a day. I'm still gonna binge at night. But then I looked at it and I go, you're just not eating enough you're still starving yourself.
Yeah.
So then I literally
You
started
found
waking up
data
and
to
eating
prove your narrative.
like 500 to 600 calories when I wake up, which is like, I wouldn't let myself have that for my first dinner.
Yeah.
That would be breakfast, 500, 600 calories. I had to do that like back in the day if I had to like a important meeting and I have to eat breakfast. My whole day would be ruined because I feel like I just threw in the towel early and I'm not strong. Like I gave up. Like it's like if you like started walking on a marathon in the first mile and you're like, I wanted to run as far as I could. And I just
that's
felt like
your
a fucking
perfectionism.
failure. But let me tell you, eating 3 meals a day and breakfast, I am by no means out of the woods. And sometimes I'm just like, today I probably had 300 calories for breakfast because I just wasn't that hungry. And
even to like be like, I'd rather eat it now. The fact that it's just the emotional energy that it takes to do something when you just see someone like picking up a thing and eating it, like doing what they're doing, you're like,
I know.
The amount
But
of
it's
emotion,
becoming that
real
for me.
estate is so exhausting.
It's becoming that for me. And yesterday was the first time I saw it. I turned down Hot Ones. You know that show, Hot Ones? I turned that fucking juggernaut of a PR move down when it was early on before it was what it was, but it was still
Because
like
you didn't want to have to
because
eat
I
on camera.
didn't want to eat. I was on Quest bars at that time in my life, and it wasn't a brownie Quest bar, and I just didn't want to eat those. And they were like, they'll make them vegan. I'm just like, it's the breading, the sugar and the sauces, like, and that still bugs me to this day that my eating disorder was taking from my career. I mean, I was fainting on stage. I wasn't happy. I was always hungry. But yesterday on this food show, it didn't even occur to me to not do a show about fast food, which was literally arsenic to me for the past 20 years or so. Like fast food is just like, you can't have it anymore. It's like I was an alcohol, like made that rule for myself.
Yeah.
And so yesterday when I didn't even plan on saying anything about my eating disorder on the show, but I was like, I started talking, I go, what's your history with fast food? I was like, I loved it as a kid and it's the devil to me now. And I go, I never let myself have it. I'm excited to be here. And I go, actually, it's only the devil to me because I was anorexic. I almost died from it. And it became like, I literally thought it was poison. And I've never recovered from that view of it. And today is the first time since I've been, recovering from an eating disorder that I'm eating like fast food because I don't usually crave it. But and I was a little bit worried the whole day, like having to be on this food show. It was so funny, Whitney. They were all like, you're the fucking best. You eat everything. And I go, what? It wasn't a lot of food. I go, who the fuck does this show? Like, I go, you've had on so many celebrities, everyone just takes a bite and is able, they go, the chefs were like, it's annoying because people will take one bite and go, I don't really like, and I was like scooping it all up.
But we know what they're in. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yes. But that's the thing. That's the norm. And
Yeah.
and I go, it should be the norm that someone can finish 3 bowls of food where I didn't eat lunch either because I wanted to be hungry enough for the meals. And it was like, it just was wild to me that I've now gone from, and I felt a little bit insecure that I was like, everyone was like, she can eat. And I'm like, I always was the girl that was skinny and restrictive.
I get
and
shame about eating too much because I think people are going like, oh, she's pretending she eats a lot.
Me too.
and she's gonna go throw this up, like she's trying to be the cool fun girl, and I'm like,
oh my God,
no.
that's why I was eating so fast. I was just so nervous about the fact that they might be judging me that I'm probably
you probably already think I'm anorexic. Like, I'm gonna prove that you're wrong, and
you think that because I used to do that.
And in the reality, no one's thinking about you.
No
They're just
one
shooting their
is.
show.
No one's thinking.
They're worried about
I wish
their
they
own
were because I
shit.
would have gotten help sooner if people pointed out more.
No one cares.
No one cares.
No one's like, let's all talk about this one thing that, like, no, we
my
think about it
God.
all the time, so we assume everyone else. It's like Georgia,
Yes.
my therapist always says, she's always like, you obsess over what people think about you until that you realize they're not.
I know, and
they're
that's the
thinking about
saddest thing.
themselves and their insecurities. You fucking narcissist. Like it's Sarah Silverman, I think, pointed this out once. The idea, well, it's a big thing we say in 12-step programs of, like Sarah said one time when people are like, I hate myself. You're still just talking about yourself. It's still narcissism. It's myself.
Yes.
And how in 12-step programs, it's this balance between self-loathing and narcissism, which is like, I'm a piece of shit in the center of the universe. It's the best. And one thing I just want to say, because I think it's important, like, this is an adage that like helped me a lot in terms of like, I know the things that I won't be able to stop if I start them. I can put a drink down, fucking no problem. Whatever it was with edibles, like that was just a thing I could not stop. I wrote a whole fucking book about the eating disorder stuff, so I don't want to repeat myself of just what I did.
I love
ACA, like just that program, like helped me and whatever, a lot of other things. But I basically, I feel like my workaholic addiction eclipsed my eating shit because I couldn't work as hard. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do whatever I want.
That's what
I need to be able to make all this money.
When Taylor Swift got recovered from her eating disorder, or I don't know what she found, but like she obviously was like very thin during a time in her life. And then now it looks like a woman that she's now, she's put on weight, but like she acknowledged in her documentary, she was like, I just thought you were supposed to, at the end of a arena show, feel like you wanted to die. Like I didn't know it was because I was malnourished. And like, she's like, now I'm like, get done with these. I still have energy. And it was like, you just, and I bet she's a workaholic too. I bet she was like, this is actually, being skinny isn't helping my career enough more than it's hurting it. And not that she probably wants to, for her own well-being.
I realize,
but when it affects your work, when I started fainting on stage, I was like, okay, I got to start eating.
Jesus Christ. When you start eating after that, you're like, oh my God, you have a bagel and you're like, I feel like I'm on cocaine. And you're like, no, that's just energy. Everyone gets to feel like that.
Crazy.
But the one thing that this helped me, just like platitudes, adages, aphorisms, like they do help me. Something that's like smart and catchy and like just perfectly succinctly, like, and memorably says something. So if I text this guy, he's gonna text back. I'm like this. I'm just gonna send those one text to say I'm done with you, and then he's gonna text back, and I'm gonna fucking. Now I'm really like, I know that texting this one ex, one text will be 2 years of my life if I'm lucky.
Right.
And but I can text other people and not respond all the time. This one person I know.
That is
It is one too many, a million not enough. One too many, a million not enough.
That's the way I am with pot now. Like I'm waiting for a bottom with it. And my
Know
therapist
what
keeps
yours
going.
is.
They keep going. Why do you want a bad bottom? I go, because honestly, my bottoms aren't ever that bad, and I'm just not right. I'm not right. And you know what? With
we
pot,
need a lot of proof. Brains some people need a lot of proof. You don't have enough proof yet.
I don't yet. I'm not
you
done
don't
with
have
my
enough data, and like you have to.
I'm Jane Goodalling myself, and I'm hiding out in the woods, and I'm watching my behavior with the pot. I'm putting up a system where I don't get to hide it anymore. I'm learning things
Do you
I
think
learned.
she was in there getting high with the
Yeah, she was working. Jane Goodall was observing the chimps
hated
smoking
chimps.
weed.
She just needed to smoke
That's
weed.
why they were ripping off
And she
people's
had to
faces.
go-
It made them
she-
aggressive. It processes different.
She had to go to the woods, and then she was like, "Hey," she was so stoned. She was like, "Hey guys, you can like read and write, huh?"
Yeah, I bet Jane Goodall fucking gets down.
We now take another jarring, startling break, big pivot, to talk about our new sponsor, ShipStation. We are passionate about shipping our products to fans, and Emily and Benton made a video about our shipping department.
Before ShipStation, things were really hard here at Whitney's. We had to work and work, shipping everything tirelessly, wondering when it would be over, when we could stop wiping tears and really start living. Packaging was just becoming too much. It was overwhelming and we didn't know what to do. I mean, look at how hard this is. I can barely put this book in this envelope. It's really frustrating. For dinner, we did whatever we could to survive, living off scraps, making sure we could make it to the next day to ship our books. It was really difficult, but together, me and Emily made it through. Sometimes we would get eggs. Emily didn't like that.
Oh my God, Benton.
Oftentimes we get an extra blueberry, and we get really upset about it because it's unfair only one of us gets it. Other than that, we just spend our time reading the Bible, trying to make the best of the situation we were in. Every night we wondered, will this be our last night? Will we wake up to an easier shipping situation? And some of us did.
ShipStation is a dream come true. It's the #1 choice of online sellers. No matter how I sell, ShipStation funnels all my orders into one simple interface that I can manage from anywhere, even my cell phone. I'm so thankful to have a cell phone now. I bet if we had a cell phone, we could have saved Benton. He could have made it. I know he would love ShipStation.
Emily!
Oh well, whole new world.
Oh my God.
You should see the amount of footage I have of Emily gagging over that egg. Astronomical.
All right, well, we'll have to put that in for, I don't know, our next...
My only
No, our next Blue Chew ad. If this didn't work for you, if Emily gagging on an egg doesn't get you an erection, I don't know what will. Ship more in less time for a lot less money. Just use my offer code Whitney to get a 60-day free trial. That's 2 months free of no hassle, stress-free shipping. Just go to ShipStation.com, click on the microphone at the top of the page and type in Whitney. That's ShipStation.com. Enter offer code Whitney. Make ship happen and don't take ship from anyone. And now we take a break from doing ads to do another ad. But before I get into that, I have questions, Benton and Emily. Why aren't you two dressed up like the Best Fiends characters this week? I thought we were going to do that every week. You dress up like the Slug, you dress up like the Ladybugs. Just like, you can't possibly be done with playing the fun, engaging, casual, mobile puzzle game.
We're not. We took it to a whole new level.
Yeah, we would never be done. There's only one place left to go.
Only Fiends. Do you love Best Fiends, the matching puzzle game with over 100 million downloads and over thousands of fun puzzles to solve, free to download? Best Fiends, the match 3 or casual mobile puzzle game? Best Fiends. I can't put it down. I'm obsessed. It's fun and engaging. Best Fiends. Casual gameplay that fits perfectly into your life. Do you enjoy Best Fiends? Collectible characters, unlocking new worlds, and making 30 minutes feel like 30 seconds? Do you love slugs, bugs, strawberries, mushrooms, water droplets, flowers, and unlocking new characters? I play so much Best Fiends. I'm on level 69. But do you ever want to take a break after playing Best Fiends all day and leveling up your bugs and defeating your slugs? Then come on down to Only Fiends. Tonight, come have some XX extra fun on this special version, Only Fiends. Are you ready for a sexier side of Best Fiends? Then join us at Only Fiends. Best Fiends free to download. Only Fiends, only on Good For You.
Only Fiends is not associated with Best Fiends in any way, shape, or form. It's a completely made-up good-for-you production and is not at all endorsed by Best Fiends, which is a wonderful game. We're so sorry you had to see this. Please go download Best Fiends for free today.
Only Fiends.
Once again, Only Fiends is not at all associated with Best Fiends in any way, shape, or form. It is a completely made-up good-for-you production and is not at all endorsed by Best Fiends, which is a wonderful game. We're so sorry you had to see this. Please go download Best Fiends for free today.
Only Fiends.
There's a first for everything, and today I can honestly say I am speechless.
You have two options. You can either subscribe to our Only Fiends, or you can download Only Best Fiends. One of the two.
I'm still without speech, but I'm gonna charge ahead anyway and find a way to tell
Wait,
you
you
guys.
said you're without speech. Did we fix you?
I'm speechless. From that sizzle, from that hot sizzle. So you can download Best Fiends. You can only get Best Fiends, Only Fiends here on Good For You. That is an exclusive. But if you go get Best Fiends, the 5-star rated puzzle game, you'll be able to understand their Only Fiends better. So it's where, you know what I'm saying? It's like when I saw the second 50 Shades of Grey and not the first, I was like, what's happening? Like, I can't follow this.
You have to know the backstory.
You have to know the backstory, exactly. So why don't you go and download the 5-star rated puzzle game Best Fiends free today on the App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R, Best Fiends.
But Only Fiends is with the R.
The one thing that I want to say that really, some of these things that you get when you're recovering, like you just are like, well, that's it. That cracked it open for me. I heard something so great the other day, and this is why I'm approaching it with food and because I still have little things with food that I'm like, I want to starve myself or I want to exercise tomorrow because I overate today.
And by the way, anything about like starving yourself applies to overeating and like stuff. So this is like, I hope people in this conversation are like, this is only about this one
No, you're overeating, by the way, because you're starving yourself in other ways and because it's an emotional thing.
And it's a life problem. Spectrum. It could be you have 9 cups of coffee a day, but everything else is normal in the way that you eat, or you only eat in your car,
crazy
whatever it is.
How many eating disorders there are out there, and how
or disordered eating. You can also say I have disordered eating if it sounds.
But when I see someone who's obese, I know exactly. I don't know what they're going through. But I know that I have the same disease as them. It just manifests differently. All I know is that when I was anorexic, at the worst of it, I did get treated differently. That's why I'm a comedian. I always tell the story, but I'm a comedian because I looked like a legit Holocaust victim when I went to my freshman year of college. I didn't have any friends. The only way to make friends was to be larger than life with personality, to make them forget that I looked so fucking frightened. I mean, I look at pictures and I'm like, how did anyone let this girl walk into school, go? I mean, it's wild that I survived. Thank God. But the only reason I survived it was because I discovered comedy and I was like, fuck, I gotta survive to I'm good at something finally, other than starving myself. But the thing is, I really relate, I've learned through recovering from an eating disorder and really going into it that you think that an anorexic and an obese person are couldn't be more opposite. It is the exact same thing. And let me tell you, the pendulum will swing. I remember when this eating disorder lady, before I was going to college, sat my mom down and said, Nikki should not go to college. She's going to die. And I remember she goes, what if your roommate's skinnier than you? And I was like, there's no way. Because I was 90 pounds or something. I was this is a little tidbit that I learned that I really think will help everyone struggling with addiction, because it's a food related thing, but I'm really applying it to pot because I have a lot of guilt around pot, and that's why I like to talk about it so much, because I'm struggling with it. But I heard a story one time of someone with an eating disorder that is recovered, and she was talking about getting cookies, which were her fucking alcohol, right? Shouldn't have them. Probably a red light food in terms of I shouldn't have that. She had them. She was getting them for a party, and she's driving home.
Did you say a red light food?
Yeah.
Is that I don't know
that term. Yeah, it's that means can't have it ever again. Don't have it, never again.
So in some programs you would say bottom line. My bottom line is I never right. do this thing. I never have sex unless they're my boyfriend. I've never. Okay, so red light food.
Red light food. Yellow light food is listen, maybe, I'm not going to go buck wild, but we know the foods where you go, you just can't have one.
Yes, got it.
And thinking about a life without those foods, I'm sure anyone that's hearing this is I'm not going to give up that thing that I like to be.
That's interesting. So red light behavior. Okay, so sorry,
and behaviors. I have red light behaviors as well.
I think it's good that people know this, because it's there are certain, you might be hearing us going, I can have one protein bar and put it down, but I can't have one milkshake and put it,
But you could also hear that and go, I'm never going to put down a milkshake, and then you're turning off the podcast. But just wait.
Hearing other people's bottom lines or red light things are fascinating to me, because we get to make them specifically for ourselves. And a lot of
mine are so weird.
Because no, but I love sharing
them. I love them.
A lot of people go into 12-step rooms and they hear someone going, oh, my bottom line is this, and they go, well, I don't belong here. It's no.
And sometimes you hear it and you go, I didn't even know that was a thing you could not do. And I go, I need that.
And they can be as simple as, I don't go on Reddit from 4 to 5 in the morning. Whatever.
Yes.
But when I went to a Workaholics Anonymous meeting once, it was kind of hilarious because everyone was 20 minutes late. Rushing from work. Everyone was on their phone. Many of the people were known people because they're overachieving people. And
it was
literally 2 of them, I'm like, oh my God, I love your work. No!
Keep doing it. I want more.
I love your work, which the worst thing you can say to someone who's trying to work less. And then one person's bottom line in their workaholism was, when I have to pee, I will not hold my pee.
Oh, wow.
Which is like a thing that I realized that I totally do. If I'm like working on something, I have to pee, I just fucking am like, and
it almost makes you feel good because you're like, there's like, when I would feel hungry, I would feel alive from it.
Or a sense of
pain.
a sense of
something
like
letting me know I'm doing something harder.
So hard that I'm not even gonna fucking
I'm fighting
pee.
through pain. Like, I'm tough.
But also,
I'm better.
But it's making you distracted.
It's ruining your bladder and gonna cause you incontinence.
And by the way, no one, like, after you like don't pee for 3 hours, no one like shows up with a check being like, you held your pee the longest. Like, who's this for?
That's such an interesting one. And like, one of those light bulb moments where you go, oh my God, I didn't even realize I was doing that, but you see it. So this girl was talking about it. She was bringing home cookies for a party or for a thing next day. And she was like, I'll have one, like we all do, the one. Then it's okay, 2 is fine. Then 3. It turns out to be a row, right? She sees the row and she's disgusted with herself. She ate
a row?
The row. She ate the entire row of Oreos. The first row.
The sleeve.
The sleeve, yes. And there's a bunch more, but she ate the whole row, way more than she wanted to have then. And she's like, fuck, I'm such a fucking fat, lazy ass. I wasn't supposed to eat that row. How am I even going to explain this disgusting? The admonishment that went on for the row, guess what that turned into? The bag. So if she would have just let herself off the hook for the row, the bag, she was already stopped at the row and stopped to beat herself up for the row, which then turned into the bag. The bag wouldn't have happened.
Well, it's already
if
over.
you would have just let yourself go for the row. So when I smoke pot,
do not like to cut our losses. We like to make our losses more extreme.
But what is doing that is the self abuse that you put on yourself. So when I smoke pot, and I don't go. The other day, I've been playing guitar, and I always record myself when I'm practicing because I just want to see my progress, I haven't seen it. But I was watching the other day. I accidentally left my computer on, and you see me, I hear me like put down my guitar, and I'm like, my shoulder hurts. I'm like in my room. It's kind of cute to hear yourself like be funny. You're like, oh my God, I'm cute and funny. Like, I'm adorable. Like, I love myself. I am lovable. I was being so cute. I was like, my shoulder's numb. And I was I could hear myself in my bathroom. I remember what I was doing. Because then I walked back to my laptop to go bring it into the kitchen.
That's also pure inner child shit.
Yes, I was a little girl. There's a poster of Taylor Swift on the wall that I put up because I haven't gotten it framed yet, that I literally put up with tape. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm not going to wait to be an adult. I want a Taylor Swift poster on my wall that inspires me. I'm putting it up. So in the background, you see a Taylor Swift poster, and I'm like, my shoulder is numb. My shoulder is numb. Then you hear me go like, you hear this. Taking a breath, hear me light pot, take a hit. And then in my head, I remember going, you shouldn't be smoking pot right now. And then I just go, remember the sleeve. You just ate a sleeve of cookies. You didn't want to do that right now. You have to get on a call in a minute. Why'd you do that? I thought of it as the sleeve of cookies. And I went from going, you did it. You broke the seal. Now just have it all. I picked up my laptop. I picked up my pot too. And I go, and you hear me go, I'm grateful for pot to help me in this moment where I feel anxious. I'm grateful for my hands. I start doing a gratitude list as I'm walking.
Yes.
But instead of going, I literally stopped myself. I was so proud of myself watching myself do this because I said, I'm grateful for pot. I'm grateful for that thing that I just felt guilt about. I'm so happy that it helped me in this moment that I needed it. I don't need more. And because I was kind to myself, I didn't smoke more that time. And sometimes you do smoke more, but it's so much.
You gave yourself a hug to be like, I forgive myself.
So I just think that I think it could help people because it's helped me when you have that first sign of you disgusting fat piece of shit, you lazy drug addict, whatever it is,
dummy,
you drunk
you texted
asshole.
that guy, or it can be about anything.
Yes. Try to laugh at it and try to go, that is so sweet that is, you're only trying to do the best for yourself. When I first realized, if I wish my ass looked different, I really do. I have the flat ass, and I wish that it looked like yours. If I could snap my fingers, it would, right?
Mine?
Yes, but just stay with me. You have an amazing, amazing tuchus, and I was last time I got to see your boobs. This time I was just watching your ass as you showed me around. You're in the arched ceiling, and I'm just looking at your butt, being like, it's so good. What does she do that I'm not doing? I wish I could have your butt, and if I could snap my fingers and have it, I would. But all this that it would take for me to have that butt, I can't do it. I don't want to do the classes. I don't want to do it, and I'm not actively choosing to have. People always think, well, I'm lazy, so I'm actively choosing to be a lazy, and I'm fat because I don't run. It's like, you if you could snap your fingers, you would be skating. There's something going on that you can't do it right now, and be okay with that. You can't do it. You're not trying to be fat right now. You're not trying to be an addict. You're trying your best.
No one wakes up and says, today I'm going to be an addict that sabotages my entire life and hurts the people around. No one. It took me 2 years in Al-Anon to realize that someone else's addiction wasn't a personal attack on me. Because I had my own addictions, etc. And so it's like that took me so long to learn. And what you're saying is also reminding me to say, this is when people are like 12-step programs are stupid. Yeah, we all agree. No one wants to go to a 12-step program. I mean, I know Helena Bonham Carter in like Fight Club like would go for her or whatever. No one's like, I really wanted for 4 days a week bring coffee to an abandoned church and sit with a bunch of fucking people that no one like you do it because you know that what works about it is in that moment where you say, I'm really thinking about doing heroin. Or I fucking texted my ex today and that was a relapse for me and now you get to go into a room and that exact moment you're talking about where you can
have compassion,
where you can fork and you can say,
acceptance.
I'm going to, I had that fucked up thought. I hate myself. I could either go recoil deeper into my disease to anesthetize that shame, which keeps compounding and compounding because I'm keeping it secret, or I can have smart feet and get in the fucking car and go to a place where I go, you guys, I want to eat that second sleeve of cookies. And everyone goes, oh my God, you're amazing. You fucking admitted that because that is the bravest shit to fucking do in a bunch of strangers. And then everyone is going like, I want to do that. Yeah. And then you get to dissipate the shame, which takes away the need to hurt yourself again. That's why
absolutely
it works.
Getting rid of the bullying yourself, having that really, everyone says, be nice to yourself, talk to yourself like a friend. It's not that easy.
Not that easy.
It takes so much goddamn practice. That's why I was so excited that I heard myself do it in that moment. I was like, it's finally clicking for you. You don't have to be reminded of it later. And it doesn't always click. But when I just can stop and say, Nikki, you did go on Bill Maher and you said a joke that you had a punchline for that you didn't get to. Why did you tell that joke out of all the ones that you had planned to talk about? Why did you do that dumb one that's only going to be misunderstood because you didn't get to finish your point?
And then I would say,
you weren't even thinking to do that joke. Why did you, Nikki, you idiot? Why did you say that joke? You had rehearsed what you were going to do. Why in that moment? Because you know what? That was all I had in the moment. I used to fucking spiral after every appearance of like, why did I say that? And this is not just podcasts. If you like have, experiences, why did I say that to my sister? Why did I say that to that person at the grocery store? Why was I talking about my bra? Why would I mention my bra to that woman?
I went on Prozac for that. But
that calms down that voice of admonishment. You didn't want to talk about your bra to that neighbor that was like kind of creeped out by the fact that you mentioned your bra, whatever it was. You didn't want to do that if you could have chosen differently, but you didn't. Forgive yourself.
But also, I remember I went to Dr. David Agus, who has been on this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Who I should
the brain doctor who, he was the one that made me want to...
That's Andrew Huberman.
No. Agus does a lot of stuff of like brain imaging to see if the blood flow to the brain.
Okay, got it.
To make sure like pretty much everything is like your blood in your brain.
He's just like the cartoon
Justin Bieber's
doctor
guy.
who does everything. Yeah, I don't know. He's like the guy. And he...
I had to mute him because he was making me feel bad about smoking pot. Because he was like, it makes less blood to your brain.
Maybe you should feel bad.
I need that information.
You need to unmute it.
And I will unmute him when I'm ready to have more
as long as I'm
hit that
unmuted,
bottom.
I don't care.
Yes, you are. You are. You've been busy, girl.
That is literally like, I must say, when people are like, when do you know you've made it? And you're like, when I hosted this or when I got this special. It's like, when Nikki GLASER unmuted
Oh my God,
me.
You're so funny and like beautiful. I just am captivated by I love your clips and it's, I really love you and I am so, everyone likes to talk shit, right, in this business. And you were someone that was very easy and is still very easy to talk shit about because you are so, right now, more than ever, you are so yourself. You don't give a fuck. Like you literally don't give a fuck. You are not trying to dress for anyone else. At least that I can tell about.
By the way, I love that. That is a compliment.
But I know it sounds like an insult,
but it's so funny to be like, you don't even care what you wear.
No, that's not true.
But you know what I'm saying.
You're the hottest person I know, and you've never looked better. That like yes, and that did sound like
thing. No, it was
absolutely like you can just wear anything.
I just used to do a joke about that where someone come in and be like, I just love that you like don't even like care what you look like. I'm like, I've been in makeup for 2 hours.
No, you were in hair and makeup, but like you are in that because you know what looks good on camera. You know how you want to look. And maybe I'm not even right.
The only reason I got hair and makeup today, or I got makeup and whatever, is because I know this is going to be a big episode.
Oh,
I give fucks.
You do give fucks, but that's the thing is like people want to. I wouldn't even name names, but like you were discussed a lot in the comedy community because you are so successful, and because now this Whitney that we all got used to talking shit about the Whitney that seemed to try to get everyone to like her and was doing a great job of it for until you just
it was exhausting.
Chose a different lifestyle. Exactly. But now you're a Whitney that people are going, she's a little, whoa, it's a lot. It's because she's actually operating from a place of doing whatever, saying whatever.
No. Here's why it's a lot. To people because I'm now talking for 3 hours a fucking week. You used to see me on TV once a year. It's a lot. Like, what do you mean it's a lot? Like, that's
no,
what
I think
podcasting
it's a lot because it's like you want blue hair, and so everyone thinks that somehow like the state of your mental health. Actually, that to me is like someone, and not no one's saying that. I'm just saying like decisions like that women make and people freaks out.
People want to say they were like, Whitney has blue hair, she's crazy. I was so much fucking crazier when I was a brunette.
I know, that's
my
what I'm
entire
saying.
20s.
It's for me. I look at you, and I'm so glad to be friends with you because I can read through the bull. You're not fixed.
I have
but you're just
I feel
someone
freedom.
that is free. And
By the way, you didn't like me when I was a brunette. You didn't like me when I had blue hair. You never liked me. It has nothing to do with my hair changing. It has nothing to do with anything.
Hearing that you might be difficult to work with, calculating, the same kind of thing. Like you're very Taylor Swifty, like where people want to pin your success on calculation, which like, she had a forethought and decided to do something.
If that means
calculating's a good word.
I know, but like
we need calculus.
Women that are like ambitious or calculating is like gross, and it's like doesn't mean I don't have talent or work
thirsty
hard.
for fame, and
but by the way,
maybe
you should be more calculated. Why the fuck are you? To me,
calculating is just a plan.
By the way, we should all be more calculating. Comedians, calculate more, so that you have fucking health insurance. Like I'm sorry, I had $7 and I had 5 family members with no health insurance. I had to be calculated. I had no choice, or I wouldn't be able to do this. So it's like let's take the stigma off. Planning 2 days in advance. And by the way, at that time, guess what? Part of being successful at that time, maybe it's still this way. Yes, I had to calculate and introduce myself and say hi and be like, that's what you had to do. Yeah. And it worked. So it is what it is.
I'm not saying that
now I
is
calculate,
even a negative thing.
Now I calculate absences instead of presences, but at a time where I had to like hang out at the Comedy Store for 4 hours so that I could fucking get on stage, or I had to hang out at an open mic so that I could
calculate absences.
I more now try to calculate absences, which is like I just think that I think I just kind of realize just with stuff now, people have access to you all the time. They can go on YouTube and watch.
You calculate when I'm going to go away as opposed to when I'm going to be out there.
You can be overexposed right now just because someone's in a wormhole of all your videos.
I know, that's the biggest fear.
For me, it's like I want to be able to do everybody's podcast. But I calculate absences that are just like I don't want to go to a podcast and tell us if I have nothing to say right now. I
gotta start doing
right
those.
now.
Yeah.
I just got to do less in general because I'd rather just the stuff I'm proud of be out there and not be like just doing talk shows for because a lot of talk shows want to have us on all the time because we're funny and we're always going to nail it.
I say yes to fucking. You can't Joan Rivers.
But it's also you're getting paid $20 million. I'm getting paid. I'm probably losing money doing this, and I'm going to put a day of work into it, and it doesn't really benefit me that much. I'm going to spend that time on putting work into my own podcast, on my show. Why am I
only do stuff I want to do now. Because it's truly going to be fun, or it's going to be it has a big enough following that it justifies it. But otherwise, I tell people, I go, you don't have enough followers, and I don't have enough time, and I'm sorry to say that. I'm going to be honest with you.
But what I will say is,
I'll go on ones that don't have followers. I go because I like you so much, and I just want to hang out with you. You know?
Yeah, totally. But there are things in terms of social media, I am very calculated about. I used to be like, I don't give a fuck.
But that was a word that got tossed around about you that could dismiss your talent because she
works hard.
The work hard thing I know you have issue with too because I hate that too when people go, you know what, Nikki, I'm glad you got that because I said to that person, she works so hard, and I go, it's just such a dismissal.
Okay,
but you know what? That is what I do. I have a talent for working hard. So look into it.
So if working really hard makes you me, how come you don't do it?
Exactly.
So why
the talent is working hard? By the way,
and I'm bringing up
because I do believe that most talent is just
when
hard
people
work.
Dane Cook isn't funny. All right. Well, this was when he was doing arenas. It was massive. Yeah. So when people go, Dane Cook isn't funny, it's like
Dane Cook's not funny.
He's not funny, and he's making $30 million a year. So what's your excuse if you are funny? What, do you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? Where is
no, because people are dumb and they want things that aren't funny, and that's their excuse.
Fine, but I know what I'm doing when I say shit like that, and I'm trying to make myself feel better. And so, to me, I remember, and Neil Brennan said this to me once in the hallways ages ago. He goes, we were talking about managers or something, and he goes, if I was a comedy manager, I would just go into comedy clubs and ask the comedians who they hated. and then sign that person.
That's great.
That's it. So I'm like, to me,
And then I'd ask the comedians who they love, and I'd hire that person to write.
Then I learned if comedians hate me, I must be doing well. So when I felt it and I felt that hatred, negativity, I was like, oh, I must be doing well. And guess what? Y'all fucked up and made me stronger also.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I can go into a fucking comedy hallway knowing all these comedians fucking hate me and then still do my job and drive home, like, you guys toughened me up because later I had to fucking run a show and deal with shit like that. So you accidentally made me stronger.
Well,
trying
you're welcome,
to take me down.
Because I talked a lot of shit about you. You are welcome.
What was it?
It was just that you were calculating. Like, it was all about, like, she doesn't deserve this. She tries too hard. She's just schmoozed away. You know, like, all those things. Like, that's kind of the. I wanted to hear anyone say anything about you that I could use as a way to realize why you had things and I didn't, because it couldn't be because you're funnier or because you.
When in reality, me getting something I don't deserve means, oh my God, then I'm going to get twice as much as her because I don't deserve it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
exactly.
saying? That would be the thing. It should make you go, holy shit,
but
she's just...
I knew exactly. You were successful because I didn't have what you had. Like, you're special.
But I want to...
That's what it comes down to.
Oh my God. But I also want to just the smooching thing real quick, just because people, like, I think are thinking about this.
Tell me what...
Schmoozing, it doesn't work. Like, I actually never did. Like, I wanted to be seen by the people who needed to know I existed. And The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene, I did read it. I did absolutely stuff I saw in the book where it's like you run into people and you, like, introduce yourself, and then I'm going to kind of, I do know his wife. I'm going to ask about his wife because I don't want him to think I'm flirting with him. Like, I was very calculated about being a young woman in Hollywood, like, having business relationships with men at 25. And I would, like, pretend I was engaged. I would, like, ask about the way. I would be like, I would work very hard to make sure they didn't see me as a potential, like, a person to prey on and a businesswoman. And so, like, I was very calculated in what I wore.
Do you begrudge a woman?
I never dress sexy.
Well, do you begrudge a woman who does use that to get ahead?
Not in the slightest.
And sleeps with someone to get a role? I don't either.
Not in the slightest. Do whatever the fuck you want. As long as it's consensual, I don't care.
Listen, if you get the thing and then you bomb, you won't do it again. Like, if you have the talent, if you get that role and then you get
most of the time it doesn't work, though. That's the thing.
Exactly.
That's what it is. If fucking directors would get me in movies in my 20s, I absolutely would have done it. I fucked way worse people than directors.
I know.
Like, I'm the one running fucking like guys that live in their cars. So for me, I'm like, I'm gonna sleep with the wrong people in my 20s. If I get a fucking job and money out of it, why not pick a better bad one?
My God.
But it doesn't work because usually it's like, oh, I've seen so many girls be like, I'm dating this director, and it's like, no, they got you. Now they're gonna. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's not how it works. You cannot go to a studio and say, I really want to hire my girlfriend. Actually, you're less likely to get hired if you're dating a director, because they're like, well, they don't want to deal with that stigma. So that doesn't work. I'm not saying that it should, or I don't have a judgment on it. I'm saying what works and what doesn't. Take the emotion and the judgment and the sexism out of it. The same thing with, like, schmoozing. I learned, like, it comes off desperate. You have to be... I didn't realize until I was on the other side of auditioning that when someone comes in and is like, hey, nice to meet you, and, like, wants your approval, it's so repellent.
Is there anything grosser to the human race than someone who's desperate?
Needy. It's the more people-pleasing we are. It's like the more unattractive. It's like the irony is we're pushing the person away that we're trying to. And then I would look on sheets of actors. They give you a list of all the actors that are coming to audition. You'd be like, oh, I saw her at that Motorola party last night. I'm like, It degrades you. It degrades your value if you are too visible and around people too much, because they're like, well, this person doesn't fucking work. Like, being enigmatic and, like, which gave me the freedom to go, oh, I don't have to fucking schmooze. Great. I can just go fucking work and write scripts and learn and write jokes. So
you saw that side of it and got to see that you were someone to schmooze, and you saw that the schmoozing didn't work on you, and so you go, I'm going to hang that up.
But I would have done it if it did. But I think it's important that people know that it doesn't.
Right.
So, because a lot of people are like, we need a network. No, just work. Do not network. Just work. Networking.
So true. And be kind along the way, because that to me is like, I can't believe people who can be terrible people and
be kind but not fake. Don't be fake.
Don't be fake, but just be just be honest.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't think...
And by the way, in general, just talk less.
Like
we are the
telling us
we are
to
literally
talk less.
I know what I'm saying. Like in work, we are the only business where people just like are like hang out at parties that don't really employ each other, but could maybe. Like it's just like such a boundaryless shit show. I just want to say something really quick before we have to go, just to wrap up. The thing about Dave, because I do want to hear all the other shit you talked about me, and I
just want to say right now when so recently there was someone I just could say was like planting your name in a way that was like, I'll get Nikki to like, maybe it was someone I maybe talked shit about. Like I can't even think of who it was because I don't remember, because it was just such a nice moment. It was someone that I probably would want to like me. Like in that moment, I have to stand next to them, so I want their approval. It would have been so easy for me to just go, yeah, like if they want to talk about you, just go like nod my head and not feel like I was betraying you. But it's so nice. And it's only maybe because I have a career enough that I can take a stand. But I don't think that's it. Like I love being able to defend people or to say, actually, that's not what that person is at all. And I know that from personal experience. And here's why you think that. And here's why that's not true. And to have them never, first of all, talk like that or try to plant that again. But like, I'm just such a plus. In my life, I've fucking swallowed so many times when I heard people talk shit about things that I care about, and I just don't let it slide anymore. And it feels great. And it's not just you. It's you know.
I'm not telling you not to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I'm not saying like I deserve a gold star for defending you. And by the way, it does not happen often, but there was just a chance that someone.
But people know we're friends now, so they would do. But
this person didn't know. And
let me tell you two things. Let me tell you two things. Number one, when I hear there's someone at a comedy venue, a comic talking shit about me when I'm not even there, I'm like,
you're killing it.
Damn,
exactly.
Like my name comes up even when I'm not there.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? That because I know what it means when a bunch of people talk shit about someone that, you know, I know what jealousy looks like. Whatever. I'm not saying people are jealous of me, but like I'm sure they talked about 10,000 other people.
I talk about you on stage. I have this bit about you right now. It's so because the bit is I reveal it. I go, yeah, no thank, or I go, thanks for that, Whitney, and everyone knows because I go, I asked a comic friend of mine this thing, and then I say the thing. It's about what I think I talked about it on your show, but when I said I was going to shave my head and you were like, you look amazing, do it. And I'm like talking about how and I go, when I wanted to cut my bangs, all my friends were like, are you okay? But when I wanted to shave my head, Whitney's like, do it, your bone structure. You were just being nice, but I'm like, I go.
Jess Switzer, who colors my hair, has a shaved head and is so fucking gorgeous and hot.
But in the joke,
I will be shaving my head very soon.
I wanted to shave my head, and Whitney's like, "Do it," and I go, "You're a bad friend." I go, Whitney, you're a bad friend. Everyone laughs, and I go, and then I go, this whole thing, your bone. I'm like, this bone structure, shaved head, do it, and it's so fun to do you because I love that you're that famous, and you know, if someone knows me, they know you, and it's just so fun to be able to take those things where it's like, I'm doing a joke that sounds like I'm talking shit about, or like, because then I go into a whole thing of like,
but if you really were, you couldn't do the joke if we weren't real friends.
Yeah, and
can I say one more thing about this, because I think this is an important tool that I use, where if someone wants to come to me and gossip about, which is very often, like people want to be able to go, well, Whitney said this, and then use gossiping with me against me later to be like, see, she's an asshole. So I know exactly when I'm being baited. And I'm also just whatever. I'm also well, forgive that person. They must be hurt. They must be injured.
Same.
Like I always defend the people that people want to shit talk about me, even if they fucking hurt me. So I'm a shitty person to gossip with. But if someone comes up to me and is like, hey, so like Nikki, like, you know, like just trying to bait, like, let's do it. Like Nikki,
did
like,
you see Nikki's latest post?
Yeah,
just like that. Yeah.
Whatever. And instead of going, what the fuck are you doing? Because that person is already, they're not going to hear what I'm saying because they already feel the need to gossip about somebody and they're shitty. So me saying this, now they just have ammo to go, Whitney's fucking crazy. She just yelled at me in the hallway. And so my thing, the only thing I will say.
Yeah, what do you do?
Besides like ignore it and go, I can either say, I don't focus that much on other people's Instagrams or whatever, like something passive aggressive and a little shitty. I normally go like, why do you feel the need to bring this up?
That's good.
Or what's going on with you that you're so focused on that?
See, I wanted to go, I see why you would say that and think that, because I once thought the same, or I once had a preconceived notion of someone that I thought I knew because we were friends, but I've gotten to know her, and can I just, and not even defend you, but be like, there are we are all Whitney.
And can I tell you something
Whitney
else?
is me, and you are Whitney, and we are all Whitney, and she's just fucking honest, and that's what I love about her, and she can do whatever the goddamn fuck she wants, and I'm gonna keep watching it, and like, I'm inspired by it.
Can I tell you something else?
Yeah.
This is the other thing. So let's shit talk about Nikki GLASER to me.
To talk about
gossip about yourself with me about.
Oh my God! Did you see like? We get it. Like you're single and sad, and she's like so orange. She's like Sally Hansening her arms. We can see it sloughing off. Chill with the spray tans. Have you seen NIKKI GLASER? She's like orange all the time.
Dude, I don't know, but whatever she is doing is fucking working because she has a huge theater tour and she's hosting all these shows and she's hosting Fuckboys. Like, whatever she's doing, I might start doing that then.
Oh, that's really good.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because there's also that. It's like,
that's
whatever.
the spirit of what I say. Because I just want to be around you and become more.
Maybe you gossipy, shitty person. Maybe you should go get a spray tan. Maybe you should do whatever the fuck she's doing because it's obviously working.
I do admire you and like look up to you and I think you're so cool. But today I was coming over like worrying about what I'm gonna wear. Is Whitney gonna be like, your hair? What's this? What's this story?
What?
Oh,
you were supposed to shave it.
What's the story we're seeing
here?
Why am I seeing You've done that to me before since we've been close friends again, and I was worried coming in. But like the thing is, I still have preconceived notions and I get nervous to come over to your big house and like, I hope she likes me and thinks that still wants to be friends with me.
It's not about liking or not.
The second I see you.
There are times like Melissa Villaseñor, this sounds like I'm an asshole, but when she used to open for me on the road and we were in Vegas once and she's the most talented, like, and she would do an impression of me on stage. It would destroy so hard that I couldn't follow it. The real me. So... it was a tricky one. People would rather see her doing the impression than actually me showing up. I'd come out and they'd be like, I'd have to call her back out. Like, it was embarrassing. And so,
oh my God, you'd have like a Whitney off?
Yeah,
you'd like talk to yourself. Is that fun?
I'm like, can you just give her the check?
Oh
like, I don't deserve any of this. And I only exist so that she can do the impression. Now I'm like, irrelevant. But she would, and now I have no idea how she dresses now. Whatever. I know I dress in horse shirts, and I'm not known for my like fashion forward approach all the time. But
yes, you are.
But thank
to
you,
me at least.
Thank you. But like Melissa Villaseñor would come in these like bell bottom pants and like boots, like old boots and like sweaters and hoodies, and I kind of was like, I'm not saying you can't dress like this, but
I just want to understand why.
No, you're a star. And I'm going to need you to start acting like one. Not on my shows. I'm not.
But what if she thinks that that's what a star dresses like?
That's fine. She'll be a star regardless. But I was like, I just want you to know you're a star. And the things like sometimes people just need permission to go, oh yeah, I don't have to minimize myself.
Yes.
If you're not minimizing yourself, that's fine.
I see you as a star, and like I just want you to make sure that you know that.
You know that. You can keep wearing this and you'll still get everything you want. I know that when I was in my 20s, I thought you have to wear a hoodie and a backpack and like no makeup and denude yourself and like you have
I
to
love
like
that version of you. It's so not threatening.
That was what I was
you still have that figure, but and just the face that doesn't need makeup and the hair.
And it didn't work. It didn't make people like me.
I'm
just like, oh my God, I'm so amazing. I have to hide
No, then
myself.
it was like, oh, Whitney's trying to be a boy. It's like there's always too much.
Yeah, what if I was transitioning? You homophobe, transphobes?
It's just you can't win. But I do love that. Like I see you as just telling your friend, like, just by the way, like.
You're a star. And sometimes you just need permission from someone else. Like, and Catherine Ryan is who I got it from totally by accident. It's just such an embarrassing story.
I love Catherine Ryan.
No, dude, I was hosting a gala at Montreal and she was on it and she wears these like super hyper feminine like doll dresses and they're so fun. And then she tells these like, super smart, filthy jokes. And there was my whatever passive aggressive like fucking black All Saints like overpriced T-shirt and whoever it was, the AD or whoever was like pull out this like yellow like Snow White dress and was like, is this yours? And I was like, no, I would never wear that on stage. And Catherine was in makeup right next to me. She told me the story way later. And we talked about it on IG Live one day because I was like so mortified. But I was like, I didn't feel like I could ever do that. I'm like, I can't be feminine on stage.
I can't be sexy.
I'm not allowed to wear dresses. Like, that's not for me. Like, no one would take me seriously. That was all my shit. The bravest shit is Catherine Ryan going, I'm going to dress like a fucking doll and have makeup on and glitter, and I'm still fucking funny.
I was worried coming in here that this was too low cut and you were going to go, we're not doing sexy today. Because I think you did that to me one time. You go, no more sexy for you. Like, let's, and that made me feel like.
I might have been on edibles.
No, totally. Like, regardless, it was just your opinion and you could have been right. But I was like, this is embarrassing to admit and I don't want you to feel like I feel weird around you or anything. But today I was like, no matter what Whitney tries to give you in terms of like a new wardrobe, just stick at like you feel good in this. This is what you decided and you're going to wear this, even though all the free clothes you gave me, I've been wearing constantly, and I do. If you have anything to give me, I would like to go through them today.
I actually do because it's a very sexy thing.
But when I walked in today, all of that went away the second I saw you, and it always does because I'm just saying like. I didn't even plan on telling you that, but the fact that I can makes me feel like that's something I can't believe I'm saying it on air. But
we'll cut it out.
I would be like really nervous to tell you that in person, but you have to be able to tell your friends when you're scared of them. And I'm scared of you sometimes.
And it's important to say that I'm scared of me sometimes, which is weird because my only goal is to protect you and make you safe. And sometimes
I know,
I come off scary.
but I know that now.
But to me,
I trust.
And I'll say, I'm going to blame the victim here. I don't believe women. When you came in last time, I think I remember, unless I'm dysmorphic and misremembering, I think I remember you coming in and being like, I don't know if I should wear this or this.
Yes, no, I was insecure and you were helping me.
In those moments, I just want someone to tell me what to do. And I've been in situations on sets with actresses. They're like, should I wear this or this? And I'm like, which one makes you happier? And they're like, and they just want someone to go, the blue one.
No, because I think you saw me in several things struggling because I would get dressed up in these sexy things and I wouldn't be as comfortable. You can see it in my early stand-up sets. I'm like wearing these tiny dresses and heels. Like, is this what I'm supposed to wear? And now when I dress sexy, I sometimes feel guilt. Like, oh, sexy equals uncomfortable. Nikki, why would you make yourself uncomfortable so men like you or people like you? But now I realize like I haven't had sex in 2 years. I'm not trying to fucking fuck anyone. This is not me trying to be like, boys like me. I just feel sexy and I feel good.
There's the flaw in the self-limiting belief that I hear is you don't think you're sexy unless you're showing skin.
No, I definitely do, but I just think I look fucking great in this shirt with this color. Like, I like taking risks with my stand-up, with, why not take risks with fashion? Why not express myself? I've never allowed myself to do that because I'm so worried that someone might think that I'm trying to be sexy. God forbid, as a single woman, I try to, when I'm on TV, remind men that I'm a sexual being so that I don't keep getting slides that say you're the GOAT.
Or giving women watching you permission to be sexy themselves.
Yes.
It's not just for men. It is our job as comedians to take risks and do crazy shit.
Yeah.
And we are, can I tell you, we are first and foremost, we are fucking entertainers. Is it entertaining or not? Are you not entertained?
Yes,
like, it is my job.
I don't need just a microphone and my thoughts.
No,
like,
it is our job.
Can be other things.
It is our job to surprise people. It is our job to take risks, be wild, have people go, holy shit. We are like, people live vicariously through us. It is our job to be like the emotional skydivers, to take crazy risks. Like, Benton has really helped me with this because I was like, I can't wear makeup. I can't wear eyeliner. He's like, why the fuck not?
Yes.
My hero
yes.
is someone named Joan Rivers, who wore gowns on stage and fucking gold hats, makeup all over the fucking place. And we're like, we all just need to dress like the comedians that do shitty rape jokes that are featuring and why? It didn't work for you.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't work for you.
My God, I love this. That's why I
by the way, there's so few female comedians to compare us to that we're like...
We're still trailblazing.
Like, Sarah Silverman wasn't we're allowed to not do like what she did was perfect for her and that's who she is. But I was always like, oh, you just have to dress this way. That's the only thing I had to look to.
Yes. I'm like, where do I get that fucking backpack she always has that is so cute? Like, I tried to do
that's how she is on and off stage.
It's what she wants to wear.
All the time.
I sometimes don't know what I want.
Guess what? She also, I remember one time seeing her at there's a lot of times when we were on that all-ball tour and stuff, doing those like arenas, she would wear fishnet tights with fucking like jean cutoffs.
Sexy, yes.
With
that girl.
But as soon as it's a dress, it's when you're trying to be sexy.
Yes.
But if I wear jean shorts and fishnets, like I get to be the cool girl because it's shorts. Like none of it even makes any sense.
I'm so over it, and like as long as I feel comfortable, if my nipples are showing, I'm not wearing a bra, and I was like, my nipples might come through. I'm like, it's not because I'm like trying to get something. It's just my fucking body. I just don't care.
But let me tell you something. You're not trying to get something because you already have it. You already have it all. You can fucking date guys. These
are actually fake nipples.
Are they?
No.
But also, one more thing. To me, the only thing I ascertained when I was like, let's not do sexy, or by that I mean anything that's going to make you think about it while you're on camera.
No, Taylor Swift, I've name dropped her so much. My obsession with her, it knows no bounds. It's really, really not. I've finally accepted about myself, and I'm getting honest about it, and like want to be more. Really, Emily?
Same page.
Wait, you guys are Swifties too? I was just saying I don't have any Swiftie friends. I need more. Benton, I have communities online that
Benton gets the merch
me too.
Anyone.
What I know about Taylor Swift is like why I love this person so much. I think no one's ever spoken to me in a way that this artist has. She gets to wear glitzy glam. She gets
I love
to
that you're
sexy.
like, and I was on the phone with Taylor Swift the other day.
I wasn't. No, I'm not friends with her. I don't want to know. I don't want to know her. It's the expectations are too high. And she, if she as much as like I think she rolled her eyes at me, or like if I think that I've upset her in any way, I won't be able to listen to her music, and I literally could die because that's how much her music means to me emotionally. Like it helps me. It helps my depression. It helps my anxiety. Like I need her in a way that like it feels weird saying that about an artist. Like I watched Billie Eilish's documentary, and I remember like girls being like, "You saved my life, Billie," and I'm just like, easy. But I really then I go, oh my God, Taylor Swift just literally saved my life. I remember someone goes, "What if she dies?" And I literally was like, if Taylor Swift,
Who asked you that?
like they're like, what would like they said they were like, what if something happens to her? There was some kind of joke of like, man, let's, and I go, I don't know what I do. I honestly, I'm so grateful that I have such a catalog to like, but I'm stealing myself for like when it was released that Red was going to be coming out November 19th. I was like, survive until November. Like I literally said that to myself. I'm like, you have to be like cross the street better because it just means I picked the best artist to love, by the way, because she's so more prolific than any other artist. And it's not because she wants a lot of attention. It's because she's a genius and can't stop writing. She's like Lennon McCartney levels of genius. And anyone who wants to argue about, and I'm a huge Beatles fan, grew up with the Beatles, Taylor Swift, you don't need to argue for Taylor Swift being one of the greatest artists of all time. Not possibly, I would say the best artist of all time. Best songwriter, best performer, best to her fans. I'm learning so much from her, studying her, of how to connect with your fans, because I'm like, why do I feel like this person's my sister and I don't know her? And it's because she has done the work. She's been calculated enough to make her fans feel loved in a real genuine way.
She knows that it's all about the fans.
But I am like, now my tour, I'm like, I want to make it like a Taylor Swift concert. Like I want my fans to like
I will be playing
have
Taylor
prizes
Swift the entire time and lip syncing it.
I want to have dancing. I want to have lights. I want to have beautiful sets that evoke whatever kind of imagery I want. I want to have prizes. I want to have confetti, or I want something tangible that people can take with them. I want a fan experience. I want. Why does stand up have to be a microphone and a fucking curtain? I want music cues. When I did the MTV Awards, I got to like do a monologue, which was just stand up. But then I was like, oh, it'd be funny if there was like a light cue for this. And I was like, why have I never thought to put light cues in stand up? It makes it funny.
Here's what I'll say, because everyone's going to fuck it up. Just that's
I understand that. I'm getting headsets for my tour. I'm like, it's going to cost thousands of dollars.
You have to move with your, you are
happen.
going to lose money on the tour. But like the tour I'm doing in the fall is called the Touch Me Tour, because I did start to, after shows, I always take pictures from stage.
I love that you did that.
But then also, when I run out now, I always will just run. I don't run out like with a script. I like just run through the audience and like sit on their laps and like crowd surf to the stage. And I just was like, I just like doing this. It makes me. I like to like see.
I'm worried for your meet and greets with the Touch Me Tour though.
Yeah, it's well, I kind of do it like from the stage and I come out. It's
okay.
Fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'll have a hologram or whatever. And it might my robot. It might be my robot, something like that. But
mine's called. I renamed mine the Don't Touch Me Tour. So. I'm going piggybacking off of yours, and it's also honest. But I will not be going out in the crowd and meeting girls. No. I love touching fans.
Yours could be the I Touch Myself tour.
Yeah. It's true. But no, I love touching fans. People are always like, you don't want a picture. I'm like, no, just post it, please.
If
Stop
they paid money to come see me, I already trust them.
I know, me
too. I just do. If you fuck with me, I fuck with your choices.
That's why I call my. Yeah.
There are a lot of comedians that are like that, and when people like security guards that are with me, they're like, I can't believe you like hug your fans and stuff. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Oh my God, I get
the fact that people go to perform in front of their fans, like, get away from me, no, like
no, you bring them in.
You hate your fans. I'm like, so anyone that like bought my book or listens to my book or was wearing the merch,
I didn't used to like my fans until I got honest, because now they used to not like the person. They used to like the presentation, the Sarah Silverman impression I was doing on stage, and this is like not until the past probably like 7 or 8 years that I'm like. And now I don't lie on. If you like me now, I'm
obsessed with you.
You're my best. That's why I call my podcast listeners my besties. And it's like,
and I trust your choices.
I talk to them. I really do trust them like a best friend, and I feel seen like them, and I feel like they can forgive me like a best friend. I can make mistakes. I can have.
That's right.
My podcast, I do it 4 days a week. Yesterday, I was having a very anxious day because I had a shoot to do where I was going to see someone that was very triggering, and I was freaking. I was on my podcast. I was like, that's fucked up. I was like so angry, and I go, guys, I'm having a really bad day, and I can't tell you about it because it's not something. I will tell you about it when I'm ready, but I'm a bitch today, and I was rude. There's been days when I've been so like the worst person. And it's embarrassing. I go like skip today's podcast. I'll literally tell them, and I'll go, and then I issue a statement the next morning being like, I was a bitch yesterday because they're my friends. They'll forgive me.
But what you're doing,
and if they don't, bye.
But this is what you're showing exactly. And you would never fuck with me anyway if it was only under the conditions that I was perfect all the time.
Yes.
But also you, what you're doing is you're also giving people. Being of service is part of the reason that like when famous people are like, I can't go to 12-step meetings, I'm famous. I'm like, no, bitch, you have to go even harder because
you are so selfish.
Because no, someone in that meeting is gonna go, I was gonna fucking walk out of here. I don't have time for this.
However,
but if this guy's here, yes. But when you have a problem like that, like I'm really angry and I'm just taking it on the wrong thing. It's like, oh, even someone in therapy, even someone who's like really successful, like so even it happens
that's all
to them too.
I wanted when I was in high school was for Jennifer Aniston to tell me that she kind of hated herself too. Oh. What? Oh, you thought I would be friends with you? Oh, well, all right.
That is so fucking funny.
Just do this a lot. Oh,
and the more she messes up her hair, the better it looks.
Yeah. Oh, it always. I mean, like that hair.
Her hairline is fucking amazing.
Oh, the what's it called?
Living Proof.
Living Proof. I just got that. Yeah.
The leave-in conditioner is fucking amazing.
Really?
And I know her, so I don't even tell her that I use it, and I have the dry shampoo in my bag, and when I go to her house, I take it out of my bag because I don't want her to think I literally use it because it's a fucking other hairstylists use it on me.
Yes. I just got it too, and I felt like, are you buying this because of Aniston? I'm like, yeah, I am.
Because I also, but see, I'll
do anything she does
because I like it, and then I pretend I don't use it because I don't want her to think that I'm like big fan. Like I'm just like this just is a fucking good product, and I don't want you to think I use it. Like why do I not like? Why do I want? Like that is weird when
that would be a compliment to her.
Yeah,
that you have the thing.
By the way, and she's like we've been friends for a long time. It's like she's not all of a sudden be like, ooh, Whitney's a fan. Like I'm insulting her by thinking she would see.
Oh
that.
No, I wouldn't think that. Oh, Whit. Oh, no. That's you can have a bottle. We have some in the. Take some. I don't care. Who wants a cocktail? I just like can't wait for her to offer me a margarita. I'll be like, I'll fall off the wagon for you, bitch. Let's do it.
That is so.
Go to Casa Vega.
Genius.
I don't know. Do you still go there? That was
that's a really funny
rumor
thing.
of like 15 years ago.
The idea of that this is so something I would do, that you're sober except for one person.
Yeah.
So I'm
if I
totally
had the
sober.
hall pass,
I don't drink, but only with this one person I have margaritas because I want them to think we're like, and then anywhere else.
Oh my God, I'm gonna do that. Idea. Aniston, that's mine.
That to me is more codependence relapse than alcohol relapse. That's not an alcohol relapse. That's a codependent relapse. Different.
Yeah. I honestly might make that acceptance. I'd probably do anything she tells me to do.
You've won this podcast. It is your show now.
I love it.
And I'm so frustrated that we have to stop.
I mean, this is crazy how long this has been. It's time.
Not really. We've been talking off camera for about 2 hours.
Okay, that's not too long.
And I do have this ability to make 2 hours feel like 6 hours.
It's
a gift.
No, that 6 hour one. I just went through it. Dick. What are they talking about there? That was insane. I want to talk to you about so many things.
I love you, and you know that I
so many
yes. And you know that I end these awkwardly.
My podcast is the NIKKI GLASER podcast, and I just want to say about that is like, just like your podcast, just jump in. I think a lot of people do podcasts because they go, oh, this is episode 137. I gotta listen. It's like just you'll catch up to all the inside jokes. You can go back to good ones where you like the description. Just jump in tomorrow and join us. Subscribe and then unsubscribe if you don't like it. It's okay. Let's go.
I love you, madly.
I love you.
Don't ride elephants. Listen to this show. I'm obsessed with you.
I'm obsessed with you. F-Boy Island.
Oh yeah. When does it come out?
End of July.
Fuck, we didn't even get to talk about F-Boys.
Oh no, next time.